And yes, people, welcome back to Arsenal Revolution TV. And today I'm with my guest, Jez. How you doing, Jez? You right?
I'm all good, mate. Looking forward to this show. It's always a pleasure to be on. And as I said backstage, it's always nice to meet new young people like Dells. So, yeah, looking forward to it, man.
Oh, man.
Dels, nice to have you on, as always,
Yeah, of course,
Jez. You
man.
already know that. Always.
Man.
Dels, what are you saying, Dels? How you been?
Yeah, man, I've been good, been chilling, man. Just working on this new channel. You feel me? Got a few streams up, got a few videos up. So I appreciate if you guys go check it out. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's an honor having Jez on as well. You feel me? Been watching this guy for a while now, so you get me. Man, here about Arsenal, bro. This is Mr. Arsenal right here, man. I'll be honest of the YouTube
100%.
scene. Of the YouTube scene, like, bro. It's crazy. So looking forward to the show, man. Looking forward to it.
100%. Lovely to have you guys, of course. Like and subscribe to Dels as well. Like and subscribe to Jez. You already know, guys.
What's your
Like and
channel
subscribe
name, man?
to.
Oh,
Yeah.
just Dels, yeah.
Okay, I'll subscribe to you after the show, man.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
I'll put it on in a second. You're gonna find Dels' channel in a second. And big up to everyone that's locked in as well. AFC as always. I can see the comment right there. We'll get to that comment. We'll get back to Man City. Big up Macy. Big up View Sports. Big up Witness. Big up everyone. Let's start with last game. We had a game, Champions League. Didn't really matter. We were through anyway. We had Girona. Did we play well? Not really. We won the game. But yeah, Jez, how did you feel about the Girona game?
Yeah, I mean it was a dead rubber game, wasn't it? Let's be honest. We had pretty much done the job. Pleased for Nweri, another nice goal, but there's a lot more to be answered, and we're gonna, I think, unwrap it on this show about the upcoming game on Sunday because once again, gentlemen, bullshit Arsenal, you know. Bullshit Arsenal. Oh, we're bidding for Watkins and this. And
pure PR.
It is pure trolling bullshit from the club and certain other outside factors as well. People that like to buzz it all, make it all a big one. We were never going to get him. Never in a million days we were going to get him. Not now, not this time of year. Maybe in the summer, if we were sensible. But yeah, we've qualified for the Champions League, and it's going to be an interesting second part to it because have we got the squad? No, we haven't, and I think we're going to be found out very quickly.
Unfortunately, but yeah, if we were serious about Watkins, just to touch on that, if we were serious about Watkins, we should have put 60 million when it started when the transfer window started.
Exactly.
2-3 days in, you put that 60 million. Not now. But even so, like he's not even Arteta's profile striker. I don't know how they went in for Watkins. But yeah, it is what it is. I knew that we weren't going to get Watkins. And today, Unai Emery just said, I think it was today. I don't know if it was today, but Unai Emery just said, people leave, people stay. And Watkins is one of the people that are going to stay at this club. So yeah, there you go, people. No, we're not going to get any playing in the transfer window, even though Arteta said that we have a thin squad. Do you think that this board are done with this guy? Do you think they don't want to give him no money? That's always going to be a question, but that's for a little bit. That's further on because we're gonna touch on the transfer window subject, obviously, because it's a disgrace. It's the 31st and 0 signings, having a thin squad. You see Aston Villa having a more depth than us. Aston Villa, we spent 800 million. Dels, come to that. Dels, what do you think about the Girona game? What was your thoughts on it?
Well, it's just same on Arsenal. Like we've seen that Girona performance a number of times this season. Like I'll be honest, it's just been boring. You get the 3 points at the end for the most part, but it's just boring, man. Like it's so like it feels like a chore to watch Arsenal now. It doesn't feel like something you want to look forward to doing. Like it's just man, I don't like it at all. This Arsenal squad, even Neto, I don't know what he was doing for that first goal. Like just in no man's land. Him and
he tried to save it,
bro. I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking there, man. And even Partey, it came out in the interview. What's it called? What's my man's name that scored again?
Danjuma.
Dan Juma came out in interview saying they were targeting Partey. So that just goes to show, like, bro, why are we still playing this guy right back when we know that wingers, when they see this guy on the team sheet, they're going to target him? You feel me? It's just, it makes no sense to me. It's so backwards. And just going on to the whole Watkins thing, like, why were you putting a bid when you see that they're about to sell John Duran? That's how I know this thing's all PR, man. Because there's no chance Villa are going to sell both Duran and Watkins in January. It's just not going to happen.
No.
You feel me? So this club, they're smart. They're smart on what they're doing because it gets fans hype. It gets fans thinking, oh, we tried and all of this rubbish. But we all know what it is. You feel me? We're not going to get anyone in January. I said it from the 1st of January. We're not doing nothing because I know this club. I've seen them my whole life. When's the last time Arsenal ever been proactive in January? It's never happened. At least in my lifetime, I've never seen it. So,
Never.
Very true. Very, very true, my friend.
Jez, were we ever proactive at some point? Were we ever proactive in the summer or transfer?
The only time we were proactive, wasn't it, when we got a Bamiyang under Wenger, which was a good signing, let's be fair.
Yeah.
I can't think of many. I won't lie. I can't think of many. But to be honest with you guys, I you know, the way I have to sit and look at it, and it's heartbreaking to have to say this, I don't really trust Arteta with any more money.
Yep.
I don't trust the man. I mean, we've seen some of the absolute shit show players he's brought in. And big up Natstar. We're going to see Kieran Tierney going away in the summer. Probably, in my opinion, the best left back we've got. Proven. I'm talking about proven left back. And yet we're going to let him walk out the door, possibly on a free. If that's true, then that just shows the shit state of this football club. Because he's going to sign a player that has played for his country, has won, 30-odd trophies, something stupid like that, for his club, and for his ex-club, Celtic. And you're just going to let the guy walk away. What are we doing here, people?
It makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Nah, 100%. Big up Natstar, of course.
Yeah, big up. This is greatness and all of that, but at least I'm here anyway. But, thanks again for having me on.
Lovely to have you on. I love you for having you on, bro. What's your thoughts on the Girona game? Because we all had said our piece. What's your thoughts on the Girona game?
Yeah, man. I didn't expect much because they were already down. We all knew that. I knew it would be like a makeshift team, but we played Gabriel. We played Erdegaard, but again, he's captain, and he's not my captain, but he's club captain, which is fucking shambles in my eyes, as we all know. But yeah, I think it's clear to see like who just ain't cutting it and who really should be. I mean, if I was the club, there would be a couple of players I'd bin tonight, cancel both of the loans. Neto, like, what the fuck is he doing? Trying to save the ball outside your box. And it wasn't even like he was just outside his box. He was miles outside his box.
10 yards.
What the hell? Jeez. Like, and
would
then,
that be a red card, Natstar?
In my eyes. I don't know about the letter of the law because I'm not Jez. I'm not a referee. The only refereeing I've done was rugby, but even then, like, you know what I mean. But totally different.
Actually, it's a good chance.
Still, like, yeah,
it's a good chance to ask Jez right now. Jez, do you think that's a red card? Sorry,
it's a red
card.
No. It's a definite red card. There's two factors to that part of the game, right? The goalkeeper, no player can deliberately handball a ball outside the box, right, or any part of the field. So if he had actually made fingertip contact with that, right, it's stopping the second part, a goal scoring opportunity. So it's a straight red. So straight away, we would have been down to 10 men. They've got to take a player off to bring our reserve goalkeeper on, Setford.
Oh.
Young kid. Young kid. Now, I know it wouldn't have. I mean, if he had saved that or touched it, let's just say he touched it, deflected it, it's a red card. Okay, he's the last man. He's the goalkeeper, so therefore you can't handle the ball outside your 18-yard box. It's a red card. So we then go down to 10 men. We bring on our young Setford, right? And where we get him from, wasn't it? Ajax?
Ajax, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently he's a good goalkeeper. Apparently, he's decent, but he's young, he's inexperienced. So we would have then been in a situation, right? We're down to 10 men. We haven't got to do too much in the game because Girona are pretty much out of it. We've already pretty much qualified. We're sitting in third spot. But it just shows, what it does show is a lack of what we've got in the squad. The fact he even thought about diving for it. What are you thinking, man? Are you just not aware of where you are on the park? Because you're 10 yards outside your box. So, yeah.
Jez, he's a professional footballer or goalkeeper. He's a professional goalkeeper. Like, he should know this.
But think about this. Think about this, right? Yeah. We've all done jobs. Like, I work at the moment. You guys, I'm sure, obviously, Jez, you're retired and all that shit. But either way, like, if we did any like, not just anyone can make an error, a mistake, whatever you want to call it, right? At work. But if you do something that is like a serious hazard, serious danger, you know, to the work environment, your colleagues, etc., customers, whatever like sector you work in, right? You're going to get the chop. You're going to get sacked. If it was any other sector, because that's basically what Neto did. What Neto did in any other sector that you could think of, if you've done like a absolute howler that is dangerous or really stupid that leads to some kind of like potential calamity or whatever, yeah, we'd all get the sack, innit? If we all did something in our jobs, yeah, that you just don't do. Like what Neto did, where like saving, you know, way outside, not even just marginal, way outside your box, we get the chop. If I was the club, I'd be like, look, I don't care what level you are, like or what level you think you are. Like, and this is a guy that we got on loan, £2 million fee, loan fee or whatever. I've been in. Raheem Shillings as well. I've been his clerk as well. Like, did anyone think that he was definitely going to score that penalty? Because I didn't. Even with all the little delays and all of that shit. Like, what a waste of money. Like, we're paying like half of the 300 grand or whatever, and Chelsea are paying the other half, right? With Neto, people say, oh, yeah, but it's only 50 grand. Only 50 grand. And he's doing that shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. What is it with this bullshit? Like, Lego head. He's the one, yeah? He talks about, well, guys, we have a thin squad. We have a very thin squad, guys. Like, you're responsible for that fucking thin squad. You melt. You absolute wetback. You're responsible. Like, there is make no bones about it, guys. Like, this is all gonna fall on Lego Head's lap. Pause. Like, this guy has made a rod for his own back time after time after time after time, yeah? And there's only so much you can get away with. You know, if you keep making errors, if you keep making schoolboy errors in life, there's going to be consequences. If you do that in your job, you're going to get the chop. They're not going to wait, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. You know, you should expect to be sacked after the first time. You know, strange things have happened.
Do you honestly believe? I mean, it's a great point you're making. You know, and I've talked about this, debated it on many, many different channels. But this guy, I'm sorry to have to tell you, Natstar, is so well protected for some, I don't know why, that I don't see that happening, mate. I think, you know, I mean, we've got a tough game, right? On Wednesday night, is it? 5th? The 5th is Wednesday night. Is it Wednesday night?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it should be Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday night. We're away at Newcastle, right? The one chance we've got of getting into the League Cup final, and 2-0 down. We haven't got a striker. We're going to rely on whoever is fit. Rumour is Raya is injured.
Yeah, I've been saying that.
So that may be just a bullshit rumour. I don't know. But we're going to come on to the big game on Sunday in a bit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But just quickly, my point I'm trying to make is that this manager, has caused all his own bad luck. And yet he doesn't get punished for it.
Yeah.
Right? We're out of the FA Cup again, 3rd round. Again, worst run in the just say this is the worst run in the FA Cup Arsenal have ever had in going out 3rd, 4th, 3rd, 4th, 3rd.
Yeah.
Never ever happened. Right? So nothing's been said about that. And yet here we are facing Newcastle away, 2-0 down. I reckon they'll score first. So that's 3-0 down. And that's game over for Arsenal. We ain't going to win 4-3 up there. Not a cat and
Never.
Right. Yet this manager, Natstar, he'll get away with it. He's so well protected by the club and the fan base that it don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And the media, like the big point, like I agree with you. Like he is super protected. The board, the fans, the media, they all go hand in hand. But again, I've said it before. It's a cult, bruv. Like Wenger at least had credit in the bank. But what has this guy done? One FA Cup, which we were lucky to win, and I don't even really believe in luck like that. But for want of a better word and all of that, we were lucky to win. Because if VAR was around when I think it was, Sheffield United in the quarterfinals, two goals that we scored that should have been offside and weren't. Mikel Arteta would be trophyless. But again, it's just like the standards are in the bin. The fans are like they're still coming up with these excuses. But again, like the reason why he'll still be in the job next season is mainly because we're still making so much money. Like the armory is still full every home game, regardless of the result, and that's a massive, massive issue. Like if the club shop was at least like, well, there's people in there, but it's not like ram-packed and all of that, like there's not queues outside, then I'd be like, okay, maybe with a little bit of a push and a shove here and there, but we're not even at that point yet.
Yeah.
Plus the media, media lovies, journos, puppet, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like it's an absolute joke, bro.
Natstar, they want to add 20,000 seats. It's a joke. It's a
Just
joke.
Just add to that point real quick about what Jess was saying, that he's not getting punished. He's getting rewarded actually. He gets more money and more power at the club for not winning anything, but because the vibes at the club are high and all of that nonsense, and people are buying the merch and everybody's in love with the players, all of those things. It's gonna it's gonna continue, man. And I don't know when it's gonna end, to be honest, because I don't see anyone getting rid of Arteta after this season. Next season, I just don't see it. Because when I ask fans, like, oh, what would it take for you to say, yeah, I don't want Arteta anymore? They'll say, let's give him another 2-3 seasons. Like, we're wasting 7 years at this point. 7 years these guys will waste or not winning nothing. Like, they're forgetting we support Arsenal Football Club, 13 league titles, 14 FA Cups, and you want to give 7 years without a trophy, bro. I don't know, man.
No accountability FC. That's literally what we are. No accountability FC from top to bottom. And when you have Edu sucks toes, when you have Vinay don't do shit but make the teas and all of that, leave. They weren't potted, they left. That's a big fucking statement, however way you want to look at it. But again, is that going to be enough to get Loggerhead out the door? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I do hear what Jez is saying and what you guys are saying, but at the same time, it's just like I also see it from a different lens. It's just like these so-called fans, and they're not real fans. Like a lot of these modern day fans, and I'll get a bit of shit for this, but I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Like, I'm beyond the point. I really am. I really am. Jez, you know what I'm talking about as well when I say this shit, right? They don't educate. How can I know about shit about Arsenal, which is minuscule compared to what Jez knows, what Kenny knows, what Lee knows, others, you know, even Matty as well, etc., etc. How do I know? I'm 30, right? So I was born in 94. How can I know about stuff that around that time and even before that, certain little pieces? But when you ask these fuckers, they don't have a clue. Ask them who Charlie Nicholas is. Point out, go like, do you know what I'm saying? Don't use like Google or anything like that. Just show them a clip of Sky Sports, like the Soccer Saturday, innit? Because Charlie Nicholas used to be on that. Point out who Charlie Nicholas is. They wouldn't have a fucking clue, mate. They wouldn't have a fucking clue. Any other ex-players, like they didn't know who Alan Smith was until the bar came up at the bottom of the screen that he used to play for Arsenal.
There's a channel. Do you know what I'm saying? She's an American lady, and used to be involved with Football Terrace. And
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I was on a show with her, right, on Dan Potts's about 6-7 months ago, right, and she was waxing lyrical and giving it all. And that other one, Soph, was on there, the Highbury squad. Nice ladies, nice, really nice to talk to, right? But I said to the American lady, right? I said, she was going on about something, whatever. I said, do you know how many FA Cups Arsenal have won? And she went, I think so. I said, well, I'll refresh your memory. I said, it's 14. Do you remember I said, you wouldn't have been born. I was at the game, the 1971 FA Cup final. Do you remember the player that scored the winning goal? And she went, no. I said, so one of the most iconic years of Arsenal history when they won their first double in the club's history, 70-71. And the man, I said, just to refresh your memory, the man still works for Arsenal. He does stadium tours. His name's Charlie George. She didn't have a clue who I was talking about. Seriously. I mean, I know you guys weren't born back then. That's fair play. And I respect that. But most people have heard of Charlie George. You know what I'm saying? Because like he was part of the squad that won our first European trophy in 1970 against Anderlecht. And yet these people just do not. And the problem is, guys, right, is they don't bother to educate themselves. They're not. It's all about the now. Well, don't sit on YouTube and give it the big one and give it all the large and think you know about Arsenal Football Club, because you get roasted every single time. I took them two women apart. Politely. I did it politely. I did it nicely. I didn't go into one of my big, what I can do, where I actually roast people to pieces. I just made a comment. I said, you do remember the 70-71 first double of Arsenal? You do remember the guy that scored the FA Cup winning goal? And she went, no. I was like,
did you ask them who was in goal, Jez? Who was in goal? Because he should be more well known. Yeah, exactly. Even I know that.
Bob Wilson. They wouldn't have a clue it's Bob Wilson.
Exactly. He's been on TV before. He's been on TV.
Ex-Arsenal coach.
Exactly.
He is. Coach David Seaman.
Yeah, exactly. He's had a role at the club and all of that. I swear he's been like ambassador, but he's been at the club for a long time, not just as a player. Even I know that. And he's part of that era when we were successful at that point, 70, 71 and all of that. But yet when you ask these fuckers, they don't have a clue. And all they'll say is, well, I wasn't born in 1970 or 1960. Neither was I, bruv. Neither was I. How do I know?
Yeah.
Because my old man educated me, and then I educated myself.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm going to shut up in a minute.
No. Go on, Jez. Do you think, man? Do you think?
At the end of the day, yeah, I wasn't born. One of the things that I find very interesting, personally, is Roman history. Right, it's a big thing to me. I wasn't born 2,000 years ago. Right, yeah, I might be old. I'm not that old, but I research, I watch, I learn, I read. Yeah. So I've got a reasonable understanding of the Romans in Great Britain over the period of time they were here. But nobody's going to tell me that unless I read it or watch programs. I research on YouTube. I research on when programs on the telly. I read books. I've been to loads of Roman sites in the UK because it's an interest to me. Now,
yeah, the Bath one is brilliant. I've been to that one. That's a great place.
You can say that, well, that's a hobby. Yes, it is a hobby. That is of an interest to me. But also, Arsenal Football Club are a massive hobby. So every day, every single day, I'm learning something. I learned the other night, chatting on another channel, a couple of things I didn't even know about Arsenal. I went, I didn't know that. Because it's what I don't know, Kenny might know. What Kenny doesn't know, I might know. True. You know, but it's if you really love something that you really want to understand and what you really want to appreciate, then you go and find out about it, don't you?
Yeah.
If you want to find out how the engine in your bloody car works, right, you go and Google it.
Yeah, how to change a tire and all that.
Nah, 100%, 100%. Big up everybody in the chat. Big up to sub to the lads, sub to the Dells. Hey, make Arsenal great again. Love it. Hashtag make Arsenal great again. 100%. Big up AFC. We're gonna go through a little bit of comments. Big up AFC. This Man City game is a 6-0 for me. Because if Man City beat us, there will be 3 points behind us. 100%, and we will get to that AFC. We will get to that. Macy, comment if you're still here. Big up AFC. Big up View Sports. Big up Views on Sports. What's up, bro? What's up? Big up. I don't know. This one's for Jez, I guess. AFC. Big up, bro. Big up.
Yeah,
Big up, Darren. No more money for Arteta. Strangle his management. 100%. Guys, let's just stop here for a second and talk about it for a bit. This Arteta, do you think that he is not getting any more money because of the board? See, this is where I kind of don't get it, because think about it. They just gave him a long contract. Why would they just hold on to money right now? Why would they hold their money right now and not give him more money? Do you think it's a good sign that this manager will be sacked at the end of the season after he doesn't win anything? What do you think? What do you think, Dels? What do you think, bro?
To be honest, I don't really think so, because they're giving him 50 million a year. So that shows like them man want him to stay. You feel me? But at the same time, I feel like the position that we're in, top 4, like comfortably, I guess, every year. It's like they're calm with the position that we're in. We don't necessarily need a big investment to stay in top 4, and we know that's the Kroenke's aim. Just be in Champions League, and you get me. Anything that else happens is a bonus. But top 4, that's their thing. That's their motto. That's the only thing that got Wenger out of his job when he finished out the top 4. Emery, it looks like he wasn't going to get top 4 in the 1920 season. They got rid of him. So I think it's just about being comfortable for the owners, for Kroenke's. I don't really think it's a thing about Arteta, because when you look at Arteta's power at the club, the amount of money he's getting, all the things that he can do, is just like, it doesn't look like a man that's going to be sacked from his job anytime soon. I'll be honest.
100%.
I think it's more like the board. No, I just want to say, like, I think the board are making these moves along with like Josh Kroenke and that to save their asses, all of them, because we know how this club operates. If you get top 4, you'll stay. Don't need to win a trophy. Fans will be happy. You know, and to this point, whereas before with Wenger, we had to play good football and get top 4, innit? And then we got sick of Wenger because the football was trash. Whereas with now, because it's a cult, a real proper cult, of Lego heads, all we have to do is get top 4, play somewhat decent football at some point in the season. We don't even have to play good football all year round, as long as he gets top 4. And look, I said we're going to finish 5th or 6th, and to be honest, even if we do finish 6th, for example, I could see Lego Head staying, because the amount of money it's going to cost Arsenal, and I know Jez knows for sure that they're not going to want to pay. What was it, like 45 million or however much? That's not cheap.
Yeah.
If you're letting a manager go for that amount of money, like you got to show serious ambition, which we don't have. So unless we're out of Europe entirely at this point, I don't see, as much as I want him to go, but I see what you guys are saying. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Like,
I think they'll give him one more year. If he finishes out Europe, they'll give him one more year, like we did with Wenger.
Yeah. I think they give him, one more year, especially if he's on 15 million a year.
Exactly.
Absolutely, and we know that they're not going to want to pay him off. Yeah. Doesn't it sound very Spursy, guys? Because you look where Spurs are now. The only reason why Ange is still in the job is because they've got a very slim chance of winning the League Cup. Now, in my eyes, if Spurs somehow do win the League Cup and we finish top 4, let's say we finish 4th. Let's say we finish 4th, Spurs win the League Cup and they finish, 10th or whatever, 12th. Yeah. That, to me, is unacceptable. Yeah. And then he has to go in the summer, but he won't. He will probably get another year. And these fans will keep making excuses, because you saw what happened with us last season when the Spuds were playing Man City. All of a sudden, they're all fucking Tottenham fans now. It's no longer North London is red, North London is whatever. Yeah,
I'd get me on that.
It's North London together. It's North London together now. So even Spurs winning won't change anything. The only way it changes is if we empty the stadiums, definitely empty that fucking armory. That's the only way you get hurt them, hit them in their pockets. That's the only way things are going to change. That's the only way you're going to get the manager out. That's the only way you're going to get the owners out. And obviously getting the owners out is a longer and tougher process. So at this point, a lot of these fans are thinking, well, we're in a good position, at least we're trying, we're challenging and all of that. But once that goes, give it a few years, they'll turn. The boxes will be empty. Most of the other seats will be empty. And again, we're just wasting time, wasting money. And this board are just like, look, we're going to give you more time, but we're not going to give you any more money. So as long as you back us, as long as you protect us, that Lego head shield of yours, along with protecting Josh, everything's kosher, everything's calm, innit? Everything's halal. Well, it's not halal, not in my mind. It's not good. It's not good at all, bruv. We're playing haram football, and this club is moving so damn haram. It's unbelievable, bruv. There needs to be proper punishments here. I miss the old school days, man, where if you did something wrong as a kid, you would get whooped. Talk out of line, you get whooped. If you looked at them funny, or if you looked at your parents wrong, you get whooped. You don't get that now, bruv. You don't get that. Because it's all, oh no, you can't hurt your children. You can't, that's not discipline. What the fuck do you know about discipline? Wet wipes. Wet wipes.
100%. That's the world we live in, unfortunately. That's the world we live in. But that's a discussion for another day we will have, hopefully. Jez, what's your thoughts, Jez? Do you think that this manager's not getting the money because they're holding on to the money and they're like, listen, Arteta, we gave you 800 million. We are telling us we have a thin squad now. It's worrying, okay? It's worrying. What do you think, Jez?
I had this view, and I've talked about this on a couple of occasions. I wonder, this is just my theory, there's no facts here at all, is that the club are basically saying, well, let's see what you achieve. Yeah, let's see what you do. You're in a potential potential of getting through to a cup final. You're in the Champions League. Let's see how you do. And if he cocks it up, right, and the fans then start to turn and start to say, like it did in the bad days 2016, when the fans were fighting amongst each other at the Emirates and all that, and I witnessed it. Basically, that was my last year. I said, "Fuck this! I'm not paying anymore. I've done it. You know, I've spent too much money on this club." And that could be Josh Kroenke. It's Josh Kroenke. It's not Stan. It's Josh. He's the man that holds the purse strings, and the board. He will liaise with the board, but at the end of the day, he's the one with the cash, right? So it could be he's sitting there going, well, you've had all this money, 800 odd million quid. You ain't won nothing. All right, you're through to the Champions League last 16. Let's just see how you do. Let's just see how you get on in the League Cup. Let's see where you finish in the league. Because, as I've said, and I've predicted it before Christmas, Man City, this time of year, always kick on. Yep. They always kick on. They get strong. Yes, they went through a wobbly time. They're now getting back to where they were. And we've got a tough game on Sunday. But I think maybe the board, no, we're not the board so much, but Josh is thinking, pull the reins in a little bit here, boys. Let's just pull the reins in and see what you do.
100%. 100%. Macy, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Yeah. And you came at the right time. People, listen, subscribe and like to everybody here. I'm going to get through the chats in a little bit. Subscribe and like to everybody here. Big up to everyone that's locked in, of course. Macy, big up to you as well. We're talking about the board here. We're talking about Arteta not getting money to spend. Or has he not found his prolific players? Do you think this board will sack him at the end of the season if he doesn't win anything? Seeing that they're not giving him the money, they don't trust him no more. And what's your thoughts on this board? Let's start, Macy. Start shooting at this board, one by one.
Possibly, Rashid. I mean, I just don't know if the board are worthy of sacking this manager, because all they want to do is think that if this manager can maybe like get us over the line and like maybe get yet another top four, or maybe another like year in the Champions League next season, then there's no point, because Tim Lewis and Richard Garlick are paid employees, because Josh must have employed the both of them to like fill in the gaps left by Vinay and Edu. So I just don't get. I just don't know. Rashid, it's just I just don't know what we should do, because every time we put our necks on the line for this football club, they always let us down. The bidding for Ollie Watkins, like, why didn't you do that before when he was at Brentford? Because he was smashing in goals in the Championship. So we as a football club could have gone for him that year ago when he was at Brentford. But no, we just want to show to the fan base that we tried. We tried, but in the end, this football club will always let you down, Rashid, because we have done this over and over again. And the fact that we have not signed anybody in this January transfer window is an absolute disgrace. And we are letting one of our best left backs in Kieran Tierney leave us after the way that this manager has treated him. Like, he was like, because of the whole Celtic Rangers vendetta, because of Arteta's past when he was at Rangers and Tierney as a Celtic player. So we are letting our best left back leave us on a free, and the fact that we've got a tough, crucial game on Sunday, which decides whether or not we're still in the title race. I just don't think we can beat Man City, because I pointed out that Man City, like what Jez said, Man City will find a way to like rise up again, just like the sharks. You know, when the sharks are like, you know, like they have nothing, like they are not hungry. They always find a way to rise up from the sea and claim their food. And that's what Man City are doing. And even though they're on a bit of a wobbly form, I still think Pep has really got them like gelling together. And the good thing about Pep is that he has brought 3 players into the football club. Kuznetsov from Lens, Marmoush from Frankfurt, and there was another player that he bought. I forgot the name, but Man City are like, they mean business because they're trying, because they don't want Liverpool to end their trophy drought, because they want to keep fighting for trophies, because that's the aim of the game. But with this football club, all we care about is just the hype and the praise that, oh, look at all of us together, we're a family. Well, if you are a family, then why can't you like be enough to fight for what's important? And what's important is a trophy, because not only we've got Man City coming up, we've got Newcastle coming up in a few in the League Cup, because we are losing 2-0 to them, and we've got to go to St James's Park and score and put 3 past them, which is unlikely because our form at St James's Park is atrocious, and Newcastle will absolutely rip us apart. I think this manager is finished, Rashid, because I really hope that somebody puts this manager out of his misery, because of the facts that he has absolutely like disrespected all of our players, like Aubameyang. He was perhaps my second favorite striker. The first one was Thierry Henry, but Aubameyang was the second one, and he
Not Sanchez.
Yes, yeah,
Not Sanchez.
Yeah,
no?
Messi. Huh?
Sorry, mate.
Not Sanchez.
Yeah, like Alexis Sanchez was another one.
Sanchez was a midfielder, wasn't he? Really?
It's more of a winger.
Another
Can
one,
play number 10. Second striker.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the players that this football club have destroyed. They have destroyed Sanchez's career, Aubameyang's career, Lacazette's, Pepe, Guendouzi, Torreira, all of the players that, even though we don't like rate them highly, they will always give you 100% in hopes of getting something. And the facts that we have absolutely destroyed their careers is an absolute atrocious. We have got a German donkey that is useless at scoring goals, and I think on Sunday, I think Man City's defense will keep this German giraffe quiet, because I just don't know what the hype around him is. Like, why are we so hyped around Kai Havertz? Like, for what? Just because he scored in the Champions League final with Chelsea against Man City. So I just don't know, Rashid. I mean, on Sunday, I think we will get destroyed by Manchester City, because I just don't think we're more than capable of fighting for anything.
Listen, Macy, you put it the right way. You said everything. You were saying everything in about a paragraph. It was a paragraph of everything wrong about this club. The thing is that we've got a lot of things to worry about. Like we said, we've got Man City, and then we've got Newcastle, and I think that this Arsenal has taken us to a point where we are going to face top teams, and possibly to kind of like see if we can win the trophy this year, even though it is very hard to win 3-0 at St James's Park. It's been very hard to win 1-0. It's been very hard to actually score a goal against Newcastle, which is another subject for another day. But we're gonna have to move on to the game on Sunday. Big up to everyone that's locked in, of course. Big up to everyone. I'm thinking, I'm hearing this. Listen to this, guys. I like this as well. The scumbag has got a Dubai trip lined up for mid-February. When he gets us locked out of the League Cup, he is the worst Arsenal manager ever. Have you guys heard of a Dubai trip line?
Yeah, what's it called? He said during his press conferences against Girona, he was asked about like the break because we're not in the knockout phase. He said, "Oh yeah," what did he say? He said something about like we'll take use of that time or something like that. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna go to Dubai again. So yeah,
He wants
basically-
more steaks served up in a sword, doesn't he? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, basically Lego Head's got Salt Bay on the blower. That is basically the literal like translation. Like he's got Salt Bay on the blower. You know, basically he wants to be fed again. Pause. And just same old shenanigans and all of that.
Yeah.
You know, these players don't deserve a break. Not a Dubai break
don't.
anyway.
They don't.
Like
No, they don't.
it's an absolute shambles. What have they done?
Came
What
back.
have they done? They're not even tracking back.
We still didn't win trophies, so
100%. Big up Darren as well. Big up Darren. None of the board fans, players, or managers are bothered about trophies. I big up Darren, man, every time. Every time. Big up Devontae. You already know. But what it do, my guys, as expected, nobody came in the transfer window. Back him, give him a lifetime contract. Actually, one of his press conferences, Arteta wanted 10-year contracts for managers. I actually asked for that.
Oh, I wonder why. Oh, I wonder why. Absolute shameless clown.
Of course he does.
100%.
Takes his failure at the end of the day. 10 years of failure. Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
nice one, mate. £15 million a year. £150 million for failure. Nice job if you get it, mate.
I think the reason why he wants that 10-year contract, Jez, is because he is like people like see him as a man that is a loyal servant to Arsenal, despite the fact of him as a footballer. But why? Like, why does he deserve a long contract? Like, I just don't get it anymore.
Nah, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, Macy. Listen, this manager has what? 1-2 years left. This manager's dead. He's died on the sword.
Big up Matthew in the sorry, Rashid. Big up Matthew in the chat. Look, they wouldn't let me anywhere near a mainstream television program. Nowhere near. They wouldn't even let me in the building. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to be in their buildings, bro. Cesspit. Absolute cesspit. I call it the offended mob. That's what I call them, bro. Like they wouldn't be able to hack me for a second, bro. Best believe. Same with you. Same with Jez. Everyone else on this panel, Macy, Dels, Guns, Northside, Matty, you name it, across the board. Kenny Ken, like they wouldn't do it. They can't risk it. It's the cheap and cheerful, safe as can be option. The steady eddies in this country. One thing I know about this country for sure is a very much a steady eddy approach. Like whatever we can do to save money and whatever fits the narrative, and we will stick with that narrative, even if we lose a bit of money, we'll find a way by hook or by crook. Usually it's the latter, to get that money back. And then it's rinse and repeat, just like this football club. You don't even have to be a player anymore in this modern era. If you're quick, if you're strong, if you're tall, and if you look good, like Calafiore, male model type and all of that shit, you're guaranteed, and I don't even believe in guarantees, but that is as close as guarantee as I can think of, to live a calm life, especially in the Premier League, but especially at Arsenal Football Club. If you fit the mould, you're in. And as long as you toe the fine line, you can stay here for 5 years. Comfortably.
Nah, joke, 100%.
I think the point also, if we're talking about mainstream, you've got to remember a lot of these ex Arsenal players, right? They're groomed to follow the narrative. I wonder whether they actually believe in what they're telling us, because they're getting paid a big load of dollars, right, to actually talk bollocks.
Yeah.
All the names, Merson, Wright, all them lot, yeah. Do they really believe it? I don't know. Because 1 minute they say one thing, and then another day they say on another channel something totally different. It's the same as that big Arsenal fan cam channel, right? Yeah. It's all bullshit. They're all flip-flops. And that is why I get absolutely, I can give them no credit for what they say whatsoever. They're a bunch of liars, because I'll prop you one thing now, right? That particular channel, and you know what I'm talking about. Oh, that cup's beneath us. We don't need that. We don't need that. I fucking guarantee you, if Arsenal got to that cup final, right, they'll all be there.
Yep.
They'll all be there.
They'll be on BBC. They'll be on ITV, Sky. Well, it'll be Sky Sports, isn't it? Like, mainly.
Yeah.
They'll all be there. They'll all be there. They will be there.
Listen,
More than you believe.
Listen, they were buried. They were buried as soon as Arteta said that he won 2 trophies. Talking about the Charity Shield, that says it all. Your manager actually believes that all the cups are trophies. Everything is a trophy. So you guys saying that they're beneath us, that's not what your manager thinks. So yeah. But big up Akers, of course. Big up, man. Big up. This is a nice one as well. AFC, big up, man. Thank you for this. Arteta signed 7 goalkeepers, 11 defenders, 12 midfielders, not forgetting Jesus and Havertz. They're the only ones up front.
Havertz is signed as a midfielder. Jesus is like a winger, as we all know, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? So really and truly, we've only signed 1 forward.
Yes.
And an out-and-out striker, we've signed none. The last striker we signed was Aubameyang, because Nketiah came through the ranks. You know, so like, and you can talk about other players that have probably played as a false 9 or whatever. Like we know Saka started as sort of like a number 10 going through the academy, and then Unai Emery played him at left back, left wing back, and I would play Saka there, especially if we're getting rid of Tierney as an example. But again, we know that's not going to happen. Then you got Ethan, who should be playing where Wodegaard is, Gibraltar guard, missing guard, Houdini fucking guard. Do you know what I'm saying? I could go on, but like, it's so simple. But yet this manager, this fraudulent manager, bruv, he always seems to do the opposite. And I believe to a certain degree, maybe not so much on Wenger level, and definitely not on Wenger level in terms of like quality, but like in terms of like sabotage, innit? You know, like coming out recently now, oh yeah, managers should get 10 years. Why? Oh, he counts the Community Shields as trophies. Why? This ain't fucking Spain. The Charity Shield is the Charity Shield. It's not a Super Cup. Like it is in Spain and Italy and other places. You know, it's all to lower the standards. The mainstream media are a big problem because of the whole PR machine. They spend billions, not millions, billions a year on that bullshit. Yeah. And then you got ex-players, you know, the presenters, they're all in on this. And whoever they bring in, whether it's women or like the unicorns, whatever, do you know what I mean? And it's just to lower the standards, corrupt the minds, this, that, and the third. And I see through all of it. It's absolute fucking bollocks. Even the commentary's got worse.
Yeah.
Whenever I watch the games, I just watch this kind of shit on YouTube as the main source, and I just have the game on in the background. That's how bad it's got. I'm not even joking.
A lot of people do that nowadays. A lot of people do that nowadays.
And it's good that you brought out the pundits and the commentators. Like, all of them have turned themselves into the biggest joke of all time. And Jez pointed out, Merson, Wright, and Keown, they've all turned into Arteta's like puppets, because every time someone tries to like say something about Arteta, saying, "Oh, Arteta did something, he cost us the game," but Merson and Wright will say, "Oh, but you can't blame Arteta. He's just learning on how to make the players great." Like I still haven't forgiven Merson for what he said last season when we beat Manchester United at Old Trafford, and then after the game, when Merson was on Sky Sports, he told the host of Soccer Saturday, he said to that person, "Well, if Tottenham beat Manchester City, then I might as well get a Tottenham tattoo." I mean, Merson, why would you Merson? What have you done? I respected you as a footballer. You were perhaps the most incredible player in Arsenal Football Club, but for you to say that you want to get a Tottenham tattoo, I'm sorry, like, you've turned yourself into a puppet. And Ian Wright, Ian Wright is another one that I can't stand. Like, I respect him as a footballer, but as a pundit, he's the biggest joke of them all. Even Gary Lineker as well. In the FA Cup final, when Manchester United knock us out, Gary Lineker said that Arsenal need a killer. Like, all of these pundits, they're just basically like, they just want to like protect Arteta like he's their child or something, you know.
Yeah. So I tell you how I know these lot chat shit, because just think about the things they say. Yeah, can you imagine them saying that in the dressing room in '98 in front of a guy like Tony Adams? Just think about that real quick. They would never even think about saying half the things they say in that dressing room, because you know why? Because they'll get absolutely battered for it. It'll be unacceptable. But in today's day and age, it's all seen as, you know what, guys, let's go again. Okay, guys, let's give our best shot next time. If we just get this guy and this guy and this guy, even though we never get those certain guys, but yeah, let's go again next season. It's just like, bro, I can't be arguing.
It's the same old shit, bro. It's regurgitated crap.
Yeah.
Like Righty, yeah. Righty's, you know, I noticed even like a month or so ago, I'm in an R-ing when results have been poor, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't know. And then he goes on saying like, oh, we need a killer. Well, no fucking shit, Sherlock. We've needed a killer since Lego Head kicked Aubameyang out the door. And he did. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's the same old crap. And the whole Merce thing, yeah? Look, anyone that knows, he's a Chelsea fan. But even as a Chelsea fan, right, you don't get a Tottenham tattoo, bruv. Come on. Come on. Like, what is this bollocks? You know, like, we know what Righty is, and we know what Keown is. Like, Keown's like trying to get as many deals as he possibly can, bruv. Like, Brown Envelope Matrix is real, and it's real suspect. Best believe that. Like, and it's clear for anyone to see if you just open your eyes and just see it for what it is, rather than what you believe and what you hope. Because this football club, other than No Accountability FC, is really and truly hope. Hope that Arteta gets it right. Hope that he gets the squad in order. Hope that he brings the camaraderie in and all that. Because that's another buzzword, isn't it? Camaraderie, isn't it? Like team spirit and all that. Togetherness. We're together, guys.
Team huddles.
And all that fucking like bollocks. And you're like, yeah, the team huddles. You know, Erdegaard. Doing all that Zoolander bullshit, man. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm sick of it, bruv. This is they're not even doing this shit in Hollywood, bruv. Like, what is going on? Like what is really going on? But I know what's going on anyway. But just like Cat Williams said, all lies will be exposed. Yeah. And when they're all exposed, I'm here for it. And we will all be there. More than you believe.
Yeah.
Best 100%. Believe. Trust me. The end is nigh, but quite nigh yet. That's all I'll say on that.
Like, 100%.
Falling in front of our very eyes right now. Because at the start of the season, everybody's saying this season's our year. If City fall off, we're going to capitalize. Now we're not in that. Now we're in that position where City have fallen off a little bit. Now it's we got injuries, guys. We got injuries. And then last year they were saying, we need one more player, one more final piece of the puzzle. Now they're saying you might need another rebuild. Last year we were just saying we need one more player. Now you're saying you need another rebuild. Like,
Dels,
that's what I'll be saying.
If we get a striker, they'll say, "Oh wait, we need the left side centre mid." And then if we get a left centre mid and a striker, then they'll say, "Oh wait, we need the left back. Maybe we need a number 6, and then another year we need a right wing." It's just,
and then we need a bench. We need always
look. Managers have done it without having having all their players. Managers have done it before. Why can't this manager do that? And speaking of this manager, we're getting to the best part of the show, talking about the big game on Sunday, which I'm not looking forward to personally, because I know what we're going to do. We're going to park the bus, and I do not enjoy games that we park the bus in. But Jez, what do you think on the game of Sunday? What's your thoughts? Do you trust this manager to win on Sunday?
Mate, I'd love to be able to sit here and be honest and say, yeah, I think so. But I'm sorry, I'm a realist. With the squad we've got right now, bearing in mind the form that Man City are coming into, yes, they've been wobbly, but we've seen it before. They've got a striker, two players that can score goals for fun. Our defence right now is weak with the injuries. If Raya is really injured, then we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Do I think we'll get the result? I will be positive and say I think we'll get a draw. We'll get a draw. And that's about as best as I think as we can hope.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Unfortunately, draw doesn't work for us.
Nope.
But considering Liverpool are going to play Bournemouth, or we're going to just hope that Bournemouth beat them. I don't know about that one. But yeah, Bournemouth have been on a run, but so has Liverpool. And what I like about Slot that this manager doesn't have is that Slot changes the way he plays against every team that he faces. So that's a game we're going to have to see. We're going to see it tomorrow. And yeah, Dels, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts about Sunday?
Yeah, same as Jez was saying. I just think it's going to be a very boring game. I see us getting a draw at most. Like even seeing Marmoush last week, if Califuri starts that game, oh my gosh, it's going to be a long day. I'll be honest, it's going to be a long day. But yeah, City coming into the game, they've been playing decent football as of late. Arsenal, on the other hand, we've been playing dreadful football. I just don't see us really doing anything apart from parking the bus and just trying to stake out a draw like we did at the Etihad last season. That's the most I can see us getting, the draw, I'll be honest.
100%, 100%. Same here. Natstar, what do you think, man? What do you think about the game? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, do you know what? I could see why Jez and Dels, you say a draw, but I believe we're due an absolute pasting. I know that's an old school term, Jez, you'll know that for damn sure, but I know through my better judgment that it's going to be a stinky game. Lego Head knows that the only way he can keep the score down is playing the way that he does. But here's the thing. City are on the up. They're getting players back. And truth be told, the only way we're even going to score is if we have that Italian model up front. He's not a defender. If you're better at scoring than keeping goals out, you ain't a defender, bro.
Yeah.
And I'd rather him up front than that German donkey giraffe, bro. Best believe. The way I see it, right, honestly, I reckon we'll lose it and we'll get popped off the park, but it won't be like a battering in terms of like scoreline and all of that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? I could easily see us losing like a 1-0 because I don't really see us scoring. Not because City's defence is great, but because we don't create enough chances. And when we do, we're wasteful. Whether it's at home or away, it doesn't matter. And with the injuries that we've got, no Saka, even no Jesus, even though he hasn't really been playing well this season at all. Wodegaard doing his usual bollocks. If he plays, if Lego Head plays his doppelganger son, then we're fucked. Calafiore at left back, we're double fucked. And almost got to pray that Gabriel doesn't get injured. You know, Saliba's still out. I don't know if he's going to come back during the City game. He might not, but I doubt it. And then obviously we got to hope that Raya still stays in the net. Do you know what I mean? Because without Raya, never mind Gabriel or even Saliba's out at the moment and all of that. If we have Neto or that reserve keeper, like we are toast for the rest of the season. Because we're not defending like how we were defending a couple of years ago when we were 8 points clear. Even last season where we took City to the last game. Oh, but we fought till the end. Bullshit. You know, they're talking about like all this fight and all this malarkey, right? But that's ultimately how I see it. I don't see how this team can produce any moment of magic because Lego Head is a vampire. He looks like a vampire. You know, he manages his team like a vampire, and he's a talent killer. Look at Martinelli. You know, whether you rated him from the start or not, for me, my issue with Martinelli is that you don't go from being able to control the football well, being able to dribble well, to then running it out for goal kicks and throw-ins on a consistent basis. That shows me that something's fundamentally wrong upstairs. And where is that coming from? For me, it comes from the manager. Because even Wodegaard, I don't rate him, but he wasn't this bad compared to what he was a couple of seasons ago when he was scoring 15 goals and all of that. And other players like Rice and all that, he was doing well last season. This season, other than the last few games, he's been poor. And so many other players. The inconsistency, the poor performances, the lack of fight, the lack of hunger, desire, all those other words that you can think of, right? It's just not there. And this manager has made this team robotic because he's so afraid of anyone challenging his authority, which is why we don't go for Ivan Toney when we should have got him like 3-4 years ago. We don't get a Watkins. We don't get a Riyad Mahrez, you know, get a sneaky 40 mil before he went to Saudi kind of deal. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't get a Pedro Neto, and then Chelsea fucking get him. Yet again, another player that we should have got and didn't get. You know, Sancho, why couldn't have we done a sneaky loan deal? We bought off Man United before. Why don't we try and get one of their better players this time? You know, we don't do shit like that because we're not run properly on and off the pitch. Everything around the club is a circus. And that is exactly what it is. As long as this circus is making the moolah, this shit is going to continue. It ain't going nowhere. The circus is in town. It's always in town. It's here to stay until these fans decide that enough is enough and we stop buying this useless merch, stop backing the process. There is no process. Tell me what it is, and then I'll decide whether it's worth backing. Yeah, and then we will see what's going on in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, other than that, to finish up, I don't see how this team win on Sunday. I really don't. And think of the animosity when we played them at the Etihad, didn't it? We should have won that game. Everything fell for us on a plate. Rodri was injured, and then after that, we found out he was out till the rest of the season. Obviously, he's still out. You know, yes, we were a man down. Trossard lost his head and all that, but that can happen. We've won games against prime-time Man United back in the day, and other big teams, even the Liverpools and all that, other teams, Chelsea, whatever, in the 90s, that were doing quite well, but not quite at that level, where we've had a man down or whatever in big games, and we found a way to win, or at the very least get a draw from not playing as well. We don't do that anymore. As soon as we're a man down, the game's gone. We don't win it. We might not necessarily lose it. Most of the time we do, but we definitely don't win it. And this is the problem. There is no fight. There is no urge to stick it out, to just drive and just like show a bit of grit and determination, get it over the line. Like, you know, all these team hunters and all that, we all know it's for show anyway. And if you do all of these things for show, when it really matters, you're going to fold like a deck of cards, like what we did against Bayern Munich. The worst Bayern Munich team I'd ever seen in my life. We couldn't beat them at home. And then we beat them, was it 1-0 away, and it wasn't enough. Some shit like that. Or no, like I think we like lost that. Either way, like when it really matters, we fold. No pressure FC. And it ain't going to change anything.
100%. Wow. Facts, Natstar, bro. Like always, my friend. Basically, what do you think about the game on Sunday? What do you think, bro?
I have to agree with Natstar because, I mean, I don't see us walking out on Sunday with a win because this manager has absolutely destroyed every single one of our players. And I can guarantee you that the person that he will destroy at this football club is Ethan Nwaneri, because him scoring the Champions League goal against Girona, Arteta will basically say, you know, Ethan, I don't need you. You're on the bench. Like, he will absolutely ruin this kid's confidence. And Ethan, my brother, like, this manager will absolutely, like, ruin your life at Arsenal. So my suggestion to you, in the summer, go and play for a proper football club, because this manager will take your life, will absolutely make your life a living hell, and he will put you under the same predicament that he's put a lot of our players through: Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, and Partey. All these players that we not particularly like rate, but at least they do give us 100%. This manager has killed every single one of these players' confidence. And I can guarantee you on Sunday, Pep will absolutely cook like the defenders, because he will put Savio on that left-hand side, because of the fact that after his performance against Club Brugge in the Champions League, Pep will be smart enough to say to Savio, "You played well on Wednesday. I will give you a start against Arsenal." Savio is a real problem for us in that left-hand side. And if the Zucchini Zinchenko starts at left back, he is going to be in for a real problem on Sunday. And Erling Haaland, boy, oh boy, I call him the polar bear of Manchester City, because he will absolutely run past Gabriel or anyone else.
Or Kivio.
Yeah, because we
Saliba's
don't
not
know whether or not Saliba is ready or not. But Kivio, for me, that guy, I don't know why he's at this football club, but Erling Haaland will absolutely just brush Kivio aside, and he will run for the ball like a polar bear, and he will poach it into the net. As I said before, Manchester City are the sharks, and the sharks will swim their way into victory. So for me, I think we'll get destroyed on Sunday. I think Man City will comfortably take us apart one by one.
Nah, 100%. Facts. Everybody's speaking.
I have to say one more thing, yeah. If this manager had anything about him, he would drop Odegaard and put Neri in his place instead. I promise you. Because Odegaard's been out of it for the last month or two, I'll say, and he still starts every week because he's a captain, bro. It doesn't make any sense, bro. And Neri, he deserves the opportunity. I'll be honest. I'll start him ahead of Odegaard this Sunday.
When have you ever seen a captain? Sorry, Rashid. When have you ever seen a captain been subbed off this much as Odegaard?
Oh, no.
Don't worry, I'll wait. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Even for Marlon, yes, he was injury prone. And I remember when Mertesacker was injured for the whole season. Remember when we won the FA Cup against Chelsea 2017? Yeah. Mertesacker was our club captain, injured for the whole season. I can't remember what injury he had, but I know he was injured for the whole season. Came back. Wenger was like, do you know what? Back three, we'll stifle like Diego Costa and all of them man there. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Chelsea were record breaker title winners at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? The title was already won. So, and then he came into the side. You had Rob Holding and Callum Chambers on either side of that back three.
Yeah.
And we should have been out of sight against Chelsea that day. We destroyed them, and then we let them get a goal, which we shouldn't have. But again, ultimately, we did the job. I don't see this manager doing anything like that. I don't.
No,
I
absolutely
really don't.
not. And speaking of managers, I like to comment here. Big up to everyone that's locked in, of course. Big up the whole panel. Hey, subscribe and like to this panel, man. For real. I
love that name. Big up.
Big up, man. You know, big up you know, man. He's hilarious. I can't lie. You know, man. Always in the chat, bro. Big up to you, man. But yeah, I love this comment as well. We had Emery adapting every game similar to Slot, which Emery does. The majority weren't happy with the pragmatic coach. Like Emery complaints of style of play. No, we have Paella, defensive as fuck, no complaints. Yeah, 100%. You know, 100%. We've changed into a style of play, guys, where we face every team similar, and every one of us here, and probably 90% of Arsenal fans know that we're gonna park the bus against this manager, against Pep Guardiola. Like every game we've had. Do you think it's the right approach to attack a game like this, considering obviously Man City, you know how Man City, they're always a problem. They're always going to be a problem. We're scared of Man City even in their shakiest moments. We should be, in reality, we should be saying, let's go out there, give them a game, and actually sucker punch them. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're there for the taking. They're there for the taking. They should be. Sorry, maybe they're not there for the taking. They should be there for the taking. Because after spending all that money and time, we should be getting a team like that at its shakiest moments, like other clubs have done. Like other clubs have done. Bournemouth have done it. Just, do you think it's the right way to face Man City by just parking the bus and offering nothing in going forward? What do you think, Jez?
You're mute.
Jez,
You're mute. You're mute.
Sorry, no. Sorry to answer your question. Absolutely not. We're at home at the Emirates. So it's supposed to be the fortress, right? Yeah. You know, no, you do that, you're going to get absolutely piped. Sitting back against them, we haven't got the strong enough defence with the players we've got out in defence. If our goalkeeper, number one goalkeeper, is not there, then we're in shit. You can't do that. We've got to go and attack. Look. Let's put it this way, guys. Right? If we are seriously trying to challenge for the title, right? You don't sit back at home and try and defend. You go and attack. That's what the great Arsenal teams have always done in history. You go and attack, and you put the opposing team on the back foot, whichever way. It may be horrible football to watch. I watched the great days of George Graham in his first time when we won the 89, when the 50,000 Arsenal fans were there, and some of them from AFTV and all that bullshit, you know, giving it all the big large, and other people, right? It can't even remember where they sat in the stadium. Well, fucking interesting. There was no seating for Arsenal back then. Sorry, it was all terracing in the Anfield Road end. Just saying, I'm just putting it out there. You know, and I've talked to these arse-white people, but that is how we won. Division 1, 1989. We didn't sit back and like defend. We went and attacked.
Yeah.
And yes, it wasn't pretty titty-tat football, right? But we got the job done, and then we just suppressed teams. I prefer to say suppress them. When we beat Liverpool 91 at Highbury 3-1, right? Yeah, we suppressed them, and we caught them on the counter. But we had players had the ability to do it. We haven't got that now, gentlemen.
Yeah,
we haven't got it. So what do we do against Man City? Well, we certainly don't sit back and let them attack us. We have to go all out, control the midfield. Dear God, how? I don't know. And then attack them.
Yeah.
We have to.
Yeah.
Simple.
Especially the fact they're at home as well, man. You have to attack, bro. You can't be sitting back at home. Big Arsenal sitting back at home, man. Come on.
At home. Parking the bus. Dear God, what are we doing?
Attack is always the best form of defense. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care where you're from in the world. Attack is always the best form of defense. This is a war. We have to see it as a war. If you think Pep, after trying to settle with his ex-wife now, if he's not going into this game thinking that this isn't a full-blown war, on the pitch, then you are seriously mistaken. Because I remember, even when I was watching Arsenal, like in the early noughties, Arsenal, Man United, wars. They were proper fucking wars. And even more so before that, in the 90s. And then, Liverpool, late 80s, early 90s, so 89, 91 and all of that. They were full-blown wars. There were a few punch-ups here and there. Definitely a bit of pushing and shoving. That was for damn sure. Where is that shit? All we see is the drama at the fucking end, especially if you remember the away game at the start of this season. Stay humble, eh? Stay humble. If I was any of the Arsenal players, right, I'd be right in their faces, like Will Stone Raider settings. You want Sham? I'll give it ya. I'll fucking give it ya. Do you know what I'm saying? But we've got no players like that. You might say Declan Rice, but even then, he don't have that. He doesn't have that now. So he doesn't have that bollocks, that fight, because those City players will be up for it. That's the whole point I'm making, guys. They will be up for it. Any kind of 50-50, any barge or push or whatever, best believe they're going to do that shit. And what are we going to do? And all of that shit, to the ref and all that. How about, you pull your shorts up, pound your chest, pause, whatever, and just take it to them. Take the fucking game to them. But we know they won't do that. And this is the only way you can beat City. Because we tried parking the bus earlier on in the season. It clearly didn't work. And that's a game we should have won. So I know how this game is going to start. If they kick off, we are going to all be pretty much camped on the edge of our box. Yeah. But if we kick off, sideways, backwards, sideways, U-shaped football, we might put a ball in here and there, and then it will get headed out because it's so easy for them to do. And it will be very easy for them to deal with. And they're not even that good defensively. In other words, business as usual, same old shit. Yeah. And ultimately, same old Arsenal. No fucking bollocks when it really matters.
Yeah,
For real. Facts, man. Facts. Thing is, this is what the worrying thing is, is that if you wanna play counter-attacking football, obviously when you park the bus, automatically you can only counter-attack or catch on the break. To catch anybody on the break or counter-attack, you need pacey players and players that can actually finish their dinner, because you will have less chances. You have less chances considering that you're parking the bus. It's just how it works. If you play a high line, you have more chances. But either way, you still need a killer, which we don't have. We've got Havertz that can't run behind the defenders. We've got Ethan. Ethan is a tricky player we might use for this game. But still, we need players that can run behind the defenders because we're gonna counter-attack them. That's the plan, right? But we're just shit at counter-attacking. I don't think Arteta understands the limits of this club. But I think we'll score a set piece. I think we'll nick a set piece. That's how we're gonna draw the game. Yeah. I think parking the bus is the worst idea ever. But Dels, tell us your thoughts, man. How would you go against Man City?
Listen, I can see both sides to why people say park the bus, because you get me, like, if you try to play football against City and like with the midfield you have as well, it ain't gonna be good, innit? It's not gonna be a good watch anyway, regardless of who we play. But bro, it's Arsenal at home, man. You can't park the bus at home, man. That's the whole thing I'm thinking. Like, you're at home and you're parking the bus, that's a disgrace. That should be a sackable offense in its own, parking the bus. But yeah, I'll be honest, like, the only way I can see us scoring, maybe from a set piece, maybe getting a little bit of momentum, because to be fair, most of the time against the big six, like, we are not the worst. It's those mid-table teams that's really absolutely awful, because they play that mid-low block. You feel me? See you play a bit of a high line. So maybe that can be got. And the defense is a bit shaky over recent times. So to be fair, bro, I just don't see it happening on Sunday, man. I just don't see us really like taking control of the game to a point where we can like just control the game to a point where it's like C just don't look like doing anything. Like, I feel like there's always going to be that thing of like, C are going to eventually get their goal. They're eventually going to get it, because that's what happens every time you play against C. Apart from that that game at Martinelli scored, every time you play against C, it's just eventual that they're just going to get the win or get the draw. You feel me? It's every time, and I can't see it happening, man. I'll be honest.
Nah, 100%, bro. Facts. Macy, do you think the best idea or the best thing we can do is defend this game, or do you believe that we should go out there and try to play our football and try to open them up, which we can't do? We can't counter attack. Basically, we can't do anything going forward. What do you think? Do you think parking the bus is the best way to go against City?
I mean, that's the only choice, Rashid, because now that Saliba might not play, as I said, like Kivio's is in a bit of a pickle right now because he's going up against a top quality striker in Erling Haaland. So I don't know, like attack, I'm not sure because the only person that does carry the attack is Declan Rice because Thomas Partey usually does it as well, but this match is going to put him at right back because this whole obsession with putting Partey at right back is just ridiculous because I just don't know, man. I mean, we have nothing because our forward line is ineffective because the only ones that are trying to create something on the front line is Trossard because he's the only one that can put in a cross. Martinelli on the right, I mean, I just don't know. Like Martinelli doesn't really do nothing on the right because that's what Arteta has done. Because ever since Saka's out, Saka's like has left himself injured. This manager puts Martinelli on the right, and Martinelli gets himself exposed, and he doesn't know whether or not he should cross the ball or not because he's gonna like let the ball run out of play. And up front, the German giraffe is not gonna do nothing because what makes us think that he's gonna score a goal for us, given the fact that he can't even like shoot the ball on target because all he does, he takes a touch, but he just shoots it so high. I mean, I just don't know, Rashid. I mean, I think Man City will pick us apart one by one because we're just like all we can hope and pray for is a goal from set piece because set piece goals have been our biggest threat this season and none of our strikers aren't effective enough. So the only hope we have against City on Sunday is a set piece goal because that's what it is.
No, 100%, man, 100%. We're gonna go through a little bit these. Big up to everyone that's locked in as well, right? Big up to everyone that's locked in. I'm gonna go through some of these quotes from what Arteta said. He's saying that on Raya's injury, it's a muscular injury. We will have to wait and see. Are you guys confident? It's kind of a stupid question, but are you guys confident with Neto being our first goalkeeper against Man City?
Oh,
Jez, how do you feel about that, man?
Oh, goodness.
Mate, I'm sorry, but after what I witnessed the other night against Girona, a team that basically were dusted, we're coming up against a totally different level of team. Different level. Different level.
Yeah.
Dear God help us. If we've got Neto in goal, looking at some of his antics, looking at his ball distribution, let's just not focus on the fact he tried to save the ball 10 yards out of his 18 yards. Yeah, let's forget that. Let's forget that. Right. His ball distribution is shocking.
Yeah.
It's awful. And against a Manchester City team, right, it's got one of the best midfields out there. Come on. I mean, yeah, sorry, but I'd have to sit here and say, dear God help us.
Yeah.
Seriously.
If Neto starts, I'll be honest, I need to be put on suicide watch, bro. I'll be honest, man. I can't do that, bro. I can't watch 90 minutes of Neto and go against Man City. Nah, man.
No.
Can't happen, bro. Can't happen.
And that's why I said we're going to lose, bro.
Yeah.
Because
I'd rather put an academy, man. I'd rather put someone in the academy rather than Neto.
Oh, yeah. Easy. But that's the thing. Arteta does the safe option, but really and truly, we don't have any safe options. The problem is, when you've been winging it for 5 years, right, there comes a point where your luck, for want of a better word, runs out. Yeah. And this season, it's going to run out with all these injuries.
Can I ask you a question, mate? Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go for it, Jez.
I just want to ask you a question here. Back in time, I'm going to go name names here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We used to have David Seaman, John Lukic. David Seaman was a backup goalkeeper in 91. David Seaman went on to be an England international goalkeeper, right? We then have to look at, we bring in Jens Lehmann, right? And you think of the goalkeepers as backups that we've had in this club when we've had a top class goalkeeper. I mean, we had a backup goalkeeper that came in for Seaman, Richard Green from Ipswich, played for England, didn't quite make it over the line, but we bought him. What are we talking about here now, gentlemen? What are we talking about here? We're talking about Neto, right? We're talking about Setford, who has played for his country at under 18s. Just saying, right? What are we doing here with all these goalkeepers we've bought? Runnison.
Oh my god.
That worked well, didn't it? That worked well.
30 grand a week.
What
30
are
grand
we doing? We used to have at least, I can go back and name teams, right? When George Graham was here, we had four top class goalkeepers. Oh, they're not, world class, but they were four good goalkeepers in the squad. We sit here now, guys, and we're looking at Raya, great goalkeeper, if you ask my honest opinion.
Mm.
We've then got Neto on loan.
Mm.
We've then got Setford.
Mm.
Don't know a lot about him. Ajax, bought him from Ajax. Played for his country. Big up. Well, I mean, come on. This man has bought 7 sodding goalkeepers, right? How many good ones has he sold? I'll name you 3. Martinez.
Yep.
I mean, where are we going down? What road, gents, are we going down here?
Mm.
This football club used to build. George Graham did it. Wenger did it. Built on defence. We had great defence, great goalkeepers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Mad Lehman was a bit of a weird one, but he was a bloody good goalkeeper, whatever you want to say. And here we are now, when we can list in our history some of the names of the great goalkeepers we've had. Bob Wilson, Pat Jennings, right? John Lukic, yeah? David Seaman, all internationals, all international goalkeepers for their respective countries. And
Richard Wright was decent as well, because we had Richard Wright as backup for David Seaman, I believe. He was all right. He wasn't amazing. He was all right.
He didn't quite make it. Make it. But he was a good bloody goalkeeper as a backup.
Yeah.
And what we're looking at now? We're looking at now, we've got David Raya, yeah? And we've now got, we're relying on Neto. Yeah, okay, big deal. Yeah. And we've got a young lad, Setford, we bought from Ajax.
Mm.
Where does that, what guys, gentlemen, what does that say to you? Anybody in the chat, what does that say to you about the buying ability of the thinking of this manager?
I'll answer that, Jez. Yeah, seeing as you put that question to me, like, and it's really a great question and great points that you've made as well. Like, it all goes back to recruitment, which we have none. We haven't got scouts. We're relying on AI, Stat DNA, which we own, by the way, Stat DNA. And the one thing I hate about modern football is stats. If you rate a player and the only argument you have is stats, even for goalkeepers and defenders, they get X amount of clean sheets, GA, ribs, bibs and dibs and all of that bollocks, yeah, you've lost the argument in my eyes. You've lost it. I can tell you why Jens Lehmann was a quality keeper. As nutty as he is, I can tell you why. I could show you why. And I don't need stats. Same with David Seaman. Even Richard Wright, I mentioned, as a backup, why he was a solid backup. He played for Everton, I believe, after he was with us. You know, things of that nature. Ever since Jens Lehmann, it's gone downhill. Manuel Almunia, dog shit. Vito Minone, remember him?
Terrible. Yeah.
Chesney was horrible when he first came through the door. Horrible.
Fabianski.
Turned out to be okay. Flapianski, of course, Flapianski. How can we all forget about Flapianski, innit?
Yeah, no, man.
And then when we do have a proper keeper, who we loaned out multiple times, now a World Cup winner in Emi Martinez, but before that we had Bernd Leno, who wasn't amazing, but he was good. He was a good keeper, but he wasn't world class. You know, we needed better. And then we had better in Emi Martinez. What does Lego Head do? Well, you know what, guys? Emi Martinez, quality keeper, won us the FA Cup, but you know, scratching his chin because you know he ain't got no fucking.
We have
clue.
to play Leno.
Get rid of Emi Martinez on the fucking cheap yet again at this football club, and he sticks with Leno. And then as soon as another keeper comes round the corner, we sell Leno and we get Aaron Ramsdale, who most fans didn't want. And then when we signed him, it's like, oh, but let's just back him. you know, and all that fucking shit.
Do you remember
and then
that?
he's not good enough. And then now we've got David Raya, who I do rate, but for me personally, he's not world class. He's a very good keeper, especially on his but we can get better.
You remember Natstar? You remember the disrespect the fan base gave to David Raya when he came and he started to play first team choice from Arteta. And everybody was giving, the big one to Ramsdale. I mean, fair play to David Raya, man. He had to walk through that. Yeah. And this fan base, how deluded, that just shows how fucking deluded they are. They were giving it Ramsdale, Ramsdale. Like, what are you fucking doing it?
Why didn't you back Raya? How
Friends of Aaron. Friends of Aaron, bro. That's why. Friends of Aaron.
Even when Xhaka, abused the fans at Crystal Palace away, he went like that, fuck off and all that, jar, right? I've always said, on the day of a game, the 11 players that walk on that pitch, I will give them 100%. Because that is the team of the day, and I will support it. But when you get people, abusing the fan base like Xhaka, I called him out massive. Right, you don't do that because if you had a proper manager of the club in the day, if it had been Wenger or Jules Graham, he'd have been gone.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Jez. Just very quickly, I've got to say, and this is my personal belief. I think Unai Emery did try and get him out after that.
Yeah,
because he was playing him for a bit, but he did try and get him out, I believe. But I think the club blocked it. And then when Arteta came in, arm over the shoulder settings, which he doesn't usually do, but he will do for certain players like Wodegaard, you know, Xhaka before that. And again, his favourites. But the reason why these fans, you know, these deluded fucking fans, and I even question, and for me it's beyond question whether they're real fans or not, is because they allowed this shit. And just like this guy that put the comment in, big up to you, cuck. That is exactly what it is. Like, if you allow certain shit in your own life, then you're not going to have those standards for the football club that you claim to support.
Yeah.
Because you allow certain shit, like that brilliant title, that you just put the comment in, and it's a spot-on comment in your own life. So is it really a surprise, guys? Not to me. Not to like, if you want to live that life, by all means, to each their own. But don't tell me that I have to bow down and be subservient to this PR machine, these brown envelope matrix mob, because I won't do it. which is why I will never be a pundit. I will never shill for the club. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see the benefit. Even with a lot of dough, for me personally, there's no benefit because you could have all the money in the world, yeah? You think an Ian Wright doesn't sit down in his luxury gaff feeling some kind of shame? Because I believe he does. Especially when you're flip-flopping, that means you're conflicted. We know Ian Wright's caked. Martin Keown's got enough dough. But then again, at the same time, a lot of these players have got to pay bills, you know, in their personal life. It might be a child support thing with ex-wife. I know that's the case for Ray Parlour.
Walker.
Yeah, well, Walker now, but Ray Parlour, when it comes to us, Ray Parlour's ex-wife fucking cleaned him out, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Gambling debts, probably other debts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these footballers are not who you think they are on the surface level. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, the whole, like, worshipping these players, like, I don't worship any man. It's not healthy. Yeah. It's not healthy. Regardless of what fence you sit on and what you believe or don't believe, it's not healthy. But yet these fanboys, which is what they are, fanboys and fangirls, they continue to do that shit. When you went on that podcast, Jez, that you mentioned earlier, speaking to Highbury Squad and Jess, like, you know, just basic knowledge of Arsenal Football Club because they're giving it the big I am and all of that. Mm-hmm. But yet, when you just ask them simple questions, they don't have a fucking clue because they're winging it, just like their Lord and Saviour, Lego head. And it's as simple as that. And when that mentality is infested in this football club, it's a virus. When you have a virus, like in your computer, for example, you don't let it fester, you deal with it. Get the antivirus. If it's that bad, take it to the local repair shop. There's plenty out there.
So and as long as you find the right ones, you can deal with it. That is, I'll tell you what, that is the comment of the night, in my opinion, right? What you've just stated is absolutely brilliant because when you look like that Highbury Squad, she's got twice the amount of subscribers that I have, right? I'm on nearly 6.5K. She's on nearly 13. So more people watch her and listen to her bullshit than they do to me. That's fact. That is fact. Yeah, because the more subscribers you get, the more people watch, and that's fact.
Yeah.
So she's spreading more viral bullshit because that's what people want to hear. They want to hear the fake positivity. They want to hear all the niceties. It's all good. I sit there, right, and I talk fact. I do history shit, and I've done some great shows, I think, recently with Kenny and DJB. I've loved them. It's been we're talking fact. We're talking knowledge. We're talking fact. But sometimes when I go up and I call things out. I call people out. And that's me. I will call people out. If I think you're talking shit, I'll call you out, right? Yeah. And if people don't like it, then hard luck. Because at the end of the day, I know bullshit. I've been around this club for way too long, right? I'm probably one of the oldest YouTube Arsenal fans out there, apart from DJB. And we call it. We say it. And if people don't like it, then hard luck. Because I speak fact. And these people, right, I have to say, Natstar, that was the best comment of the night, mate.
Yeah, appreciate that, Jez. Like they all need to jog on. They all need to jog on. Like, trust me, this manager will leave at some point. It might not be at the end of the season. It might not even be at the end of next season, but he will go. And when he goes, like I said, I will celebrate it. I don't give a fuck. I'll be raving on my ones, I will be here for it. And anyone that wants to cry will cry. Because you lot need to fuck off with him. Because you care more about a paid employee, which is what Arteta is. You care more about the other paid employees, the Wodegards and the Mikel 2.0, etc.
Calafiore, yeah,
the Italian male model and all of that, than you do about the football club. The football club is the real star. That's the real star. Not the manager, not the players. Players come and go.
Yeah.
What's the one constant? Us.
The club.
The fans.
We're the ones.
The fans. Because without the fans, there is no football club. If we don't put the money into Arsenal worldwide, you think they're not going to change shit? Of course they are. Of course they are. But the problem is, we're buying into all this merch. Sorry, Rishi, we're buying into all this merch and that. It's too much.
No. I just wanted to say in that start, you said something that I wanted to say as well. Don't think that every one of us and everyone in the world that supports Arsenal, whether you're watching on internet, YouTube, anything, wherever you're watching Arsenal or however you're watching Arsenal, you are helping this club. You are putting money in their pockets. So you deserve to see quality. Just wanted to say that. Yeah. And you know what? We need more people like Jez from the old school to teach us about this history, about how big of a club we are. Because in our time, we didn't see shit. Yeah. We didn't see shit. They're kind of luckier than us because we did not see anything. We saw football and no trophies. No trophies whatsoever. We're better than Man City in the Champions League, in the Carabao Cup, in the Premier League, and we're still gonna park the bus, and we're still scared. It's a mentality, guys. It's a mentality.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, we go straight away. I want to ask you guys, how decisive do you think this game is for the title race? For me, I'll go on, Jez. You go first. Jez.
It's huge, mate. This is a 6-pointer. We nearly got it over the line at the Etihad. Very close. I was heartbroken. Heartbroken. I thought, here we go. We're going to get the 3 points. We're going to kick on. And sadly, we just couldn't hold it out. This is a must win. It's a 6-pointer. As somebody in the chat quite rightly said earlier, right? If we lose, we lose. They're 3 points behind us. So it's a massive, massive game. Huge game. And we've got to get it over the line. If we don't get it over the line, say goodnight. Say goodnight, because we ain't winning fuck all. And don't sit here and people say, oh, well, we know the narrative, gentlemen. We know the narrative. Oh, well, yeah, but we go up to, Wednesday we go up to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Give it up.
Bigger fish to fry and all of that. We have it all in our hands and all that.
It's full of bullshit, this fan base, because at the end of the day, if we lose that on Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock kickoff, then we're done and dusted. See you later. See you next year, boys.
Yep. Lock up shop. Everybody go back home. That's it. Arsenal are done. Champions League, don't even think about it. You've seen the, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing the mentality right now. I just told you about Arsenal and how we think about Man City. But yeah, Dels, what do you think, man? What do you think? How important, how decisive is this game?
Yeah, to be honest, I already think Arsenal are not going to win the league. But even we still have a slim chance. With that slim chance there, we have to win this game. You feel me? I'll be honest, we can't drop points in a game like this if we're trying to win a title. Dropping points against Liverpool at home, dropping points against Man City away, and then dropping points again at Man City at home. Come on, bro. You don't win a title like that. You just don't. You feel me? So it's a must-win game. But either way, even if we win, I promise you, I just don't think we win the league. I've seen enough cracks with this Arsenal team not even just this season, since Arteta's came through the door. I've seen enough cracks within this team to know how this team is every year. It's the same thing every year. We get to the end and then we end up capitulating. This season is probably going to be even earlier than most seasons. It's probably going to be around March times that we're out of everything. Not even, probably next month, we're going to be out of everything. The Carabao Cup, Champions League, Premier League, all going to be done. Because we're already out of the FA Cup as well. So, listen, man. the slim chance is still there to win the league, but lose against City, completely done for sure. There's no amount of if Liverpool do this and then we do that. There's none of that. None of that. Everybody will
sure.
have to accept it's done. You feel me? I've already accepted it, but it's now about the mass accepting it. You feel me? So, yeah, man, I'll be honest. Sunday must win if there's any sort of chance of us winning the league.
No, facts, bro. Facts. Even thinking about it in kind of like another way, we could say that beating Man City means that we get Man City completely out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Yeah.
I know that Man City, it's very hard for them to win the Premier League, and Pep said it, and the players have said it. But this is just a kick a man down. You know, at this point, Arsenal, we might as well just get everybody out. We try to take out City, try to take out Chelsea, so we can only focus on Liverpool. That's the best chance we got. But yeah, Natstar. Shoot, my friend. You already know the question.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? This is a massive, absolute, big bollocks level of we got to win this game. We have to win this game. Now, I said earlier that I don't see us winning the title. I still don't. But all beating City will do, in my eyes, will just prolong the inevitable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Liverpool got a game in hand. Let's not forget this, right? Now, you know, the whole mentality monsters, right? It would help ever so slightly, but not as much as you think. Do you know what I mean? Not as much as you think, yeah? Because ultimately, these players have shown us time and time again, and I'm a pattern recognition expert. In other words, whenever this team, whenever these players, whenever this manager needs to pull a rabbit out the hat, a proper result against a team that we need to beat, not that we should beat, but we need to beat, whoever it is, we don't do it. Whether it's Premier League or Champions League, League Cup, as we're going to find out on Wednesday, up in Tyneside and all of that. Lovely place, but, you know, that's by the by. We always fail.
Yeah.
All we are is a spicy Spursy. I hate to say it, but we are a spicy fucking Spursy, bruv. This is what we've become. At the end of the day, bro, this is what we've become. Yeah? Mediocre players, piss poor manager, absolutely shambolic, disgraceful fan base. That's what we are. Where is the class in all of this? Classy Arsenal, yeah? When was the last time we were classy? I'd say probably when we won the league. You could argue when we got to the Champions League final, the one that we should have won. The only European final, other than the Europa League, that we got battered by Chelsea in Baku again and all of that, that I've seen. You know, Jez, you've seen more Arsenal games than, you know, that I've probably lived on the planet, period. Like, and you've seen the best, you've seen the worst of Arsenal, like, over the years and all of that. And I don't see us really, like I mentioned before, I don't see us getting a result because Haaland will do his shithousery. Their players will be up for it and we will fold. We won't get decisions our way because referees have sussed us out. This is another great point that I need to mention. Referees have already sussed us out. They know we're whingers. They know we're moaners. They know we're going to bitch about every decision, especially the fan base. And that's always the biggest excuse, and one that I hate. Whenever we get a decision wrong, rightly or wrongly, with or without VAR, but obviously with VAR in this case, like, it's the ref's fault. We've been robbed, and all of that fucking bollocks, yeah? Like, how about take some accountability? How about cuss the players specifically about their performance? Don't take it too far, of course. You know, no involving families and all that. We don't do that. I don't do that shit. But what is wrong with criticising the players, even harshly, the way I do it, the way Jez does it, the way Guns does it, the way Northside does it, Kenny, Ken, Matty, yourself, Rashid, Dells, Macy, and the rest? You know it. Like, what is the issue? Because the only issue I see is that when it comes to this ludicrous, like clown of a head coach, manager, whenever he needs to make a proper decision with the lineup, in-game management, you know, making the right substitutions and all of that, he never fails to amaze me. He never fails to amaze me with all of these like piss poor decisions. Very, very fucking predictable. Like for like. Havertz up front. He might even go Havertz in midfield. I don't think he will in this game because of the injuries that we have. No Jesus, no Saka. So he will play him up front. You know, Sterling will be on the bench.
Yeah,
the goal will start. Things of that.
Sorry, you're on the run, and we want to continue
problem.
this. We want to continue this, but Jez needs to bounce. Jez, thank you for being here, man. Like every time, always a pleasure. You know, like to Jez, obviously showing support. We need these old school fans. We need them. We didn't see anything growing up. Like I said, man, we really need them. But yeah, show Jez some love. And yeah, Jez, any final words?
Well, it's going to be an interesting game Sunday, gents. I'm predicting a 1-1. I'm being positive. That's about all I can go. With what we've got to work with right now, it's going to be tricky, boys. But yeah, we'll see. And then we go again on Wednesday in the League Cup away at Newcastle, 2-0 down. Can I still get the result there? No, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, I just think that this.
I want to sit here and be positive. I really, you know, I don't think people get how much it hurts, right? After all the years I've watched this club, and the amount of money I've spent on this club,
yeah.
And I don't think people quite get how much it hurts. And I listen to these arsewipe YouTubers, right? They give it all the big one, and they give it all the large about, oh, yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan. I've done this and I've done that, and they've never fucking been. They've never been to the games that I've been to.
No.
You know, I've been to 2,586 fucking games since 1969. And you're going to tell me about Arsenal Football Club? Get a life, right? Get a life. Don't sit there and tell me about this football club. You know, and I'm not including any of you gentlemen or anybody in the chat, these fucking arsewipes, I'm sorry for swearing, but they want to, like, tell me. I get angry about it. Because they have not got a sodding clue.
Yeah.
And when you've got a bloke who's a Luton fan on one of the biggest Arsenal YouTube channels, right? Luton fan, making out he's a lifelong Arsenal fan. Can't answer easy questions about Arsenal Football Club. Get out of it. And you've got a fan base that follow that narrative. That is the problem. They are the cancer in this football club. Right? Fact. Yeah. And I will always stick to my guns. And people call me out. Okay, call me out. I don't care. Call me out. But at the end of the day, I'll stick by what I say. And that's how I am, gentlemen. And have a great weekend. Rashid, thank you, as always, my friend, for inviting me on. You know, Dizzle, fantastic, mate. You know, and your comment tonight, my friend. Yeah. Brilliant comment. Natstar, you're a fucking legend on that one. Legend.
Means a lot.
I think that's done the whole show up. I won't lie. And Macy, big up to you, mate. You're always a follower of mine. And I thank you for that.
Yeah, and big up, Jens. I'll always support you in the darkest times, because you and I, we both want what's best for this football club, and that's to win a trophy. And that's why I will always like join up with you, and we could like maybe collab more together.
No worries, bro. No worries. I'll go, mate. Look, you know, I'm a tart. I go on all channels. You know what I mean? I go everywhere. Guys, gentlemen, been a great chat. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm late to go on another channel, but hey, whatever. And I'm doing a Lee Gunner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greatness is greatness and all of that.
I'll catch you boys another day. Yeah, take care. Yeah,
Big up, Jez.
100% big up, man.
Good luck, Jez.
take care, boys. Take care.
Nah, but yeah, man. Hey, listen, we were loving what you were saying. Natstar. I'm sorry, you were on the run, and unfortunately,
No.
To an end. I don't know if you remember.
Exactly. These things happen. It's your show. You know, you didn't have to bring me on, but I always appreciate it. Another thing that I will say, Jez pointed it out brilliantly about Mr. Bigger Fish to Fry. We all had it in our hands, merchant, and all of that shit. Yeah, like the lack of gratitude that they have towards fans that disagree with them, I think is absolutely diabolical. Like the amount of like disrespect, like where they look at us as like we're a minority, and we technically are for now.
Yeah,
for now. But also,
I like how you said for now.
Yeah, of course, for now.
Man, you started off as a minority, you then became a majority.
Yeah, revolution, my brother. Like sometimes you just got to be on the right side of history at the right time. Look, I know where I'm at. You know, in my life, it's far from perfect, but I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. You know, you just got to be thankful for what you got. William Devon settings and all that. That's an old school tune. If you don't know, you know, innit? Like, you know, and if you don't know, get to know. It's one of them ones, innit? But at the end of the day, right, we are not an echo chamber. We don't always agree on absolutely every little single thing. Me and Jez won't agree on absolutely every single thing. He doesn't. But I respect his views on Arsenal, his history, his knowledge completely. And I appreciate the fact that he respects my views when he doesn't have to. But you don't get that elsewhere. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at Yardman, innit? Yardman, how many times does he get shouted down?
Yeah.
He says one thing. Come on. No, you're being harsh. You're being harsh.
Something, Natstar. I agree because Yardman has a point, because every time we lose or draw a game, he always rants, and I like that from Yardman, because he sees the big picture and the fact that we ain't good enough to win nothing. But every time he tries to like rant on something, Robbie just cuts him out and say, "But you can't criticize our character." Like Robbie's such a bald-headed dickhead. I can't stand him, and I can't stand Sissel as well. Like.
Oh, Cecil.
Like,
yeah. You can't find Edu now, mate. You know, you just happen to bump into Edu and all of that bollocks, yeah? You ain't going to do that shit no more.
Like, he's basically trying to take... If Robbie, like, maybe, like, one day retires from the AFTV group, like, maybe Sissel, like, is thinking about taking over the whole AFTV group.
Oh, he will take over. That is a great fucking point. He will take over.
Yeah.
I heard from the grapevine that he's a Man United fan. You know, Rashford and all that.
Don't get me started on James.
I don't know for a fact, but I heard he's a Man United fan, and it wouldn't surprise me. Do you know what I'm saying?
And don't get me started on James, that Harry Potter looking fuck with. Like, he's coming out here gassing up Calafiori like he's, oh, my sweet prince. He's so handsome.
He fancies him.
He looks like Prince Charles. Get out of here.
Most
James.
of them fancy him. And look, like Gunn says, I'd rather they come out, literally, I'd rather they come out and say, the reason why we're back in Arteta is because we fancy the fuck out of him. I would much rather them say that. But they won't do it because it's against their interest. It's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest for Robbie to admit that he's a Luton fan. It's a conflict of interest for Goldfish to say that he's a Forest fan. Paul Parker, ex-Man United right back, and England as well, you know, played in 1990 when we got to the semis and got knocked out by West Germany and that. Yeah, I know my shit here and there and all of that. He called out Goldfish. But no one took it seriously before Paul Parker called him out. And this is the problem, innit? We're all like, not us here, but too many people are waiting on hand and foot for mainstream to call out these fucking posers. But why should it come to that? Honestly, why should it really come to that? How about you think for yourself, have your own mind, have your own character, have your own belief system, you know, understand that you're just one being, you have your one mind, and just go with it. But these fuckers will never do that because it's all about this, mate. It's all about the brown envelope matrix. It's real and it's disgusting. And it's rife. It's rife.
Henry's another one that is also another problem because he's a Tottenham fan, but then why is he like saying, "Oh my god, Arsenal were robbed"? Like, I just don't know why.
All
Henry,
of these.
yeah, even Terry's another one. Like all these other football fans that are just like hope, like they're just like basically like they just have this love for us, like we're like some kind of special thing to them. I just don't get it. Like,
you know why those channels work so well, bro?
Yeah, go on.
Why those channels work so well is because I don't know why it is with this, like, but it's social media. Everybody wants to have social media friends. Everybody wants to be like, oh yeah, guys, like, why this is like the one thing people say that annoys me, is like, oh, this is why everybody hates us. They support Chelsea and Man United. They're supposed to hate us. What type of it makes no sense, bro? It's so backwards. Like, they want to be liked by rival fans. They want us to be seen as that club. Like, oh, everybody else can like. Fuck that. I'll say fuck Man City, fuck Tottenham, fuck Chelsea, fuck Man United. Cause fuck them. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'll be real. Like, these man, they always want to do a thing like, oh, let's all be friends, let's all get along. Nah, fuck that. Them man are our rivals. Man City, they're the reasons why we didn't go back to back. Fuck them, man. Man United, the amount of shit they've done to us, the amount of fucking shit I've heard from Man United fans. Fuck Man United and Chelsea. Fuck Chelsea. You feel me? Like them man, bro.
Even Liverpool, bro. Liverpool are like the most likely team to win the title. Fuck them too, innit? They're our rivals.
You feel me?
Because here's the thing. What? Like, you think they're gonna look down on us favourably? They're not. None of them are. You know where I almost lost my shit? I lost my mind. Yeah, was last season. The Spurs love him. I'd never ever thought I'd see the day where I'd see fans begging on their knees, pause, for Spurs to beat Man City. I never thought I'd see the day of relying on Spurs to win any trophy, never mind the league title, any trophy. It's an absolute disgrace. It's horrendous behaviour. Absolutely horrendous.
And I'll also forget the day that when last season Kai Havertz and Paul Merson all twatting their bums saying, "Oh, if Tottenham if Tottenham can beat City, and we might be like Tottenham fans." Like, I would never forget the day Kai Havertz and Paul Merson would say that. Tony Adams and Sol Campbell should have found these two motherfuckers and punched them up.
Hey,
100%, man.
Yeah, because they would never
very quickly. Yeah, talk about what is it, Sol Campbell? Yeah, that Google advert has got to be whoever was the head of marketing. Yeah, and design and creative design, whatever role you want to call it. Yeah, on that advert. Yeah, I salute you. I personally salute you. Yeah, that is genius. That is absolute genius. The delivery. Everything where he took off his white top and then he's got the red on underneath. We all know what he was doing. We all knew. And Spurs fans in tears, bruv. I love it. That's what it's all about. You gotta have a bit of banter here and there. But the problem is, these fucking tippity top gooners and all of that, these new school fans, these modern day fans, they'll jump on that, but they'll also jump on, we're a family. Fuck that shit, man. Like, talking about family. Don't you have your own family? Don't you have your own friends? Even if it's just one. Even if it's just one. You know, if you don't have family or friends, genuinely, I feel for you. But at the same time, look, the world is harsh, isn't it?
You can get friends. You can get friends.
You can, exactly. Real friends.
Yeah.
But why look for friends on here, like, as your only source, innit? Do you know what I mean? You got to have your own life. You got to be your own man, your own woman, you know, whatever. Like, you got to be your own person. And if you're not that, you're no matter how much money you get, trust me, you think of Abby Summers, you think even a Stump Peg as an example, other creators, that will disagree and have an issue with how I say it, you know, what I'm saying. You think that they're going to look in their bank account to be like, oh, I'm caked.
Yeah.
Life is good. I have no issues. Nothing's bothering me. No one's bothering me. Truth be told, that's not the case. That really isn't the case. Trust me. They hate people like me. They hate me. They hate guns. They hate Northside because they hate the other side of the fence. That it's not so green. That sometimes you got a bit like Shawshank Redemption. I'm sure you guys have seen Shawshank Redemption. Is sometimes you got to crawl through shit to get your true sense of freedom in every sense of the word. Because really and truly, that's what that film's about, isn't it? Sometimes you've got to crawl through shit to get to the promised land, to get to where you need to be. But most people, they're so brainwashed. That's the big part of it. They're so brainwashed that they can't even see, the basic fundamentals of just like, just someone else's opinion, just someone else's belief. And it will bother them for months, weeks and days. It bothers them for months, and then it will bother them for a whole year, for the rest of their lives even. And no amount of money will ever repair that damage. That's the truth of the matter. I could be broke for the rest of my life. As long as I stick to my guns, literally, I'm calm, innit? I'm calm. Yeah. But either way, man, I'm how much money I got.
Real talk, bro.
Good.
Facts, bro. Facts. Every one of you, bro. Hey, we're killing it today. We're killing it as always, guys. Big up to everyone big up to everyone that's locked in, man. I love this comment, and because I thought about it, yeah, and it was a nice comment by you, not yeah. The way I have seen teams get at City this season in direct attacks from backline, they're outrunning aged midfielders, basically. That's good, because I was thinking more of the attacking them from the wings. And you've got a point. You need to run their midfielders. Now, our midfielders are slow. Their midfielders are aged. How can we... do you think that our midfield can take on their midfield on Sunday? Can we actually break away and get a chance? How are we gonna? What kind of chances do you think Arsenal are gonna create against City on Sunday?
Listen, talk about midfield. If you play midfield of Partey, right?
I just think Pep is gonna try something different because he's a clever manager. He's gonna do something that's never been done before. He's gonna put like Phil Foden in midfield, because every time Foden uploads on the left or right, it doesn't work. So what he's going to do, he's going to put Foden in midfield, and maybe he's going to put Gundogan or Kovacic beside him, and them two could be like a co-work unit. And that's a genius plan by Pep, because because every time he finds out that there's a problem, he finds a way to get it right. Because in the Champions League against Club Brugge, City were losing 1-0, and then Pep said, I think I need to bring on Savio because he's the only one that can make a difference to us. And just like that, in the second half, Savio did make a difference. He set up the goal for Kovacic, and then he scored a goal himself. So Pep knows exactly on how to plan out a game, because this is what he does. He is a master.
No, 100.
Yeah, I'll say,
what do you think, man?
I'll say the key to winning this game is having a midfielder with Ranieri in there. That's all I'll say. I'll say if any chance of us winning, Ranieri has to be in that pitch. I'll be honest. And Odegaard has to be whole bench, because I'll be real. We cannot have a guy like Odegaard on the pitch against a team like City, because Odegaard only thrives off momentum. In a game, if a team like City, you're gonna have to take the chance you get. It's not a thing where you build momentum and then you get your goal. It's just like you just get your goal out of nowhere. Same way Calafiori got his goal, you feel me, against City to bring us back into the game out of nowhere. You feel me? So I feel like Ranieri could provide that with a midfielder, Partey, Rice behind him. I feel like that would be decent. But yeah, man, you just know this manager ain't gonna do that.
You know we're gonna play Rice and Partey. Yeah. Do you think Rice and Partey can take on these, and Odegaard can take on these mid-age midfielders as he called them?
Partey and Rice, I'm not too worried about. Odegaard, that's the guy I'm worried about, because he always goes in a game like this, bro. Every single time, unless momentum's on our side, he's done. You feel me? That's the story of Odegaard at Arsenal. Just probably his whole career anyway. You feel me? It's just you can't change up. Yes, go on, Macy.
Yeah, because Lee was spot on when he said that Odegaard is a scrub. Because remember when Danny Ceballos was at Arsenal, he didn't do not. He wasn't affecting the midfield. So when he went back to Real Madrid, he's starting to look like the Ceballos of when he was at Madrid. And ever since we got Odegaard, Odegaard's done nothing apart from flicking his hair, wiping snot on his face, and getting these goosebumps of how he loves North London, the goosebumps that he gets. Like this Odegaard is just an absolute PR fraud, and so he needs to. I think someone needs to someone has to get that captaincy off him and give it to someone that is worthy of being a captain, because this guy ain't a captain. He's just a scrubby Norwegian.
Give it to Gabriel, man. Gabriel's a guy that actually cares for you. You can see with him.
Gabriel deserved it, because against Aston Villa, when he made that tackle, he was basically telling everyone, "Come on! We still have about 5 or 6 minutes to find a late winner," because this Gabriel really wants to be that captain, and I believe he should be our captain.
Yeah.
But he won't be, because he's not a PR merchant.
That's what I'm
He's not as good as Erdegaard. He doesn't look as good as Erdegaard. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't get goosebumps whenever that North London Forever shit song. Yeah. And that song, right? That song is about like hookers and prostitutes, right? You know, I've actually heard and watched the video of that song. See, most of the Arsenal fans probably haven't watched the music video and listened to the lyrics of that song. It's got nothing to do with Arsenal. Nothing. Yeah. It's got absolutely nothing to do with it. Do you know what I'm saying? But apparently we're the classy club. Yeah. But, you know, to answer your question, Rashid, like, how are we going to beat that aging Man City midfield? Here's what I would do personally. I know this isn't going to happen, but this is what I would do. I would, bin that PR merchant. Odegaard can hold bench. I'd even drop him from the squad, period, just to prove a point. Ethan goes in that number 10, and we have Rice and Partey, and I don't want Lego Head 2.0 anywhere near the Etihad. I don't want him anywhere near. Them two, if they're either both starting or even one of them's off the bench, you know they're getting minutes. And this is why I don't believe we're going to win this game. Because we will get cooked. And like you said, Macy, that was a great point. He'll probably put Foden in the 10, and he won't run through our midfield. He would walk through our midfield, especially if Marino's in there, and especially if Odegaard's in there with Rice, the go-to midfield. And then he'll have Partey at right back, which is absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous.
And
then he'll have the male model at left back when he really and truly he's a striker. Let's be honest, guys. Calafiori is not a defender. He's a forward. He's scored more goals than he's had great defensive performances. Let's be real. The guy's scored 2 goals already? Yeah. And that's from playing deeper.
He scored, by the way, sorry to cut you off, but he scored more than Gabriel Jesus. Or I think Gabriel Jesus scored 2 goals more, because he scored 3 goals. But that's what I heard, man. That's what I heard. Look, Gabriel has been saving us game after game. He's been saving our whole defense has been saving us week after week, man. The set piece coach has been saving us. We've been winging it for a long time. But guys, I want to point out this. Because this is very interesting. Arteta got asked, only if it's a must, we bring in a striker. But he said we have the intention, purpose, and ambition to try to help the team and support the squad to be better and to finish the season really strong. Did you guys catch it? To finish the season really strong. He didn't say trophies. He didn't say anything about winning really strong. He said it, but where do you see it? You have to go through the press conference and read between the lines to actually find this. Now you need to be a fucking detective to find this.
He actually said ambition, didn't he? He actually said ambition. Where's the ambition? Exactly. I don't see no ambition.
if I was big on YouTube or Twitter or anywhere, I'll just take this part and call it out. I'll just take this part and call it out. Because this tells you everything about this manager, man. Yeah. And guess what he asked? He gets asked after it. So we can wrap up after this as well. He's been our main striker for a while now. He's producing some big numbers, and his work rate is unbelievable. What's man talking about, bro? What is man talking about?
I just want to
big numbers.
You know, I just want to call a WWE wrestler and just give this manager a little beating. Just
put him in the Royal Rumble on Sunday, bro.
Put him in the Royal Rumble, and then Roman Reigns, John Cena, or CM Punk can eliminate this motherfucker. I'm sick of the press conferences. I hope one day, if I have The Rock's number, I will call him and I'll say to him, "Yo, Rock, give this Spanish pussy a little beating." And I'll say to him, "Yes, Macy, if you smell what The Rock is cooking." And hopefully The Rock will give Arteta the rock bottom, and maybe he'll say to Arteta, he'll say, because Arteta, it doesn't matter what you think.
I'll tell you what, don't worry about it, Macy. You know, the real Spanish baldy, yeah, Pep. He'll slap Lego heads. He'll slap Lego heads. Don't worry about that. He'll slap him out of the stadium, bro. Trust me. Like, we are due a total annihilation. I don't think it'll be a scoreline, but trust me, I don't see us winning this game.
Newcastle game,
this game by a goal. Yeah. Oh yeah, the whole bigger fish to fry. Trust me, we're not winning this game. We might not lose this game, but we're definitely not winning this game.
Yeah.
Even to go back to the first thing that he said about like the whole quote about, "Oh, we want to finish the season strong." Was it not him against Everton last season, end of the season, saying, "Oh, don't accept this. We want much more." That's not sound like much more.
Yeah, but he's a compulsive liar, bro. We know this. He's a compulsive liar. His lies are getting worse. That's how you know it's coming towards the end. His lies are getting worse.
You remember when he said that in the stadium? Yes. In the stadium, yes. Now is another thing. Oh, we got injuries. We need another rebuild, guys. Oh, but the refs, corruption.
The only reason why he said 10-year contracts, not lifetime contracts, is because that would ruin the whole facade. That's the only reason why he said it the way he said it. Look, Lego Head is smart. I'll give him that. You know, he speaks very well and all that shit, even though English is his second language. He could have represented us. I'm fucking glad he didn't represent England, but still. Like, as a player, bang average, bro. Bang average, yeah? So what did people expect as a manager? Yeah. You know, Fabregas will have a better managerial career than this one. Xabi Alonso has already beaten him in one fucking season. In one season.
Yeah.
Title unbeaten. Won the German FA Cup, the Deutsche Pokal. And if they turned up in the final in Dublin, they would have beaten Atalanta, but they didn't. You know, Lookman had a worldie that night. But look, what do I know? What do I know?
Yeah.
I'm just.
That man came into that team. That man went in a relegation battle. That man went in a relegation battle when he first came in. That's like someone going to Wolves right now. Next season, they go and beat and win the title.
Leicester have done it. That's the thing. Leicester have done it. It's a Leicester basically. It's a German Leicester. You know, Bayer Leverkusen, I don't think won a title before that. I don't think they ever won a title.
If they did, they were
starved of trophies for years. Yeah, you know, like we all know, like Xabi Alonso, he's going to go. He'll go Real Madrid at some point, and that's another thing. How many managers have we like usurped for our Lord and Savior? Well, not my Lord or our Lord and Savior, but for the tippity top Gooners, Lord and Savior, Lego Head, right? How many managers have we usurped? Have we just brushed under the carpet? Put them off to the side. Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti on multiple occasions. Jose Mourinho, whatever you think of him. Antonio Conte, Zinedine Zidane, Hansi Flick. Look at what Hansi Flick's doing at Barca. The list goes on and on and on. But who can do better? I've named you multiple managers. I've named you more than two, bruv. Say something. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's the Flick last season. Guys were telling me, what do you do with Germany? Now he was 100 goals in 32 games.
And I also said, I also asked them Inzaghi's a good option, and the
that's
fan
another
base
one,
said to me, "Oh, but Messi, why are you talking about Inzaghi? Like, what did he do in Italy?" Well, I'll tell you what he did. He won the Serie A title with Inter Milan, you bums. I can
But they don't
guarantee you
say
he'll come to Arsenal and he will absolutely turn this football club around. Something
they're not
that
saying
this
he can't do it in the
scrubby
Premier League.
manager hasn't been able to do.
They'll say he can't do it in the Premier League, so it's all right, man. Just save yourself, bro.
Oh, but he doesn't play great football. Well, hello, I'm waiting. Like, this whole style of play bollocks, you can't say that shit now because you know you're going to get called out. And they're out on their asses. The lot of them. Trust me, the excuses are drying up and I'm here for it. All of it. Trust me. Once these fans have nowhere to go, just like their Lord and Saviour, it's over. But trust me, we're in this for the long haul, innit? Because trust me, again, once the armory, you know, that queue lowers, like once there aren't as many people buying the shitty food at the Emirates and all of that, buying the merch, buying the shit online, which is all a fucking scam anyway. Like Gonza's mentioned it multiple times, like they're running a Ponzi scheme and shit. I believe that as well. Like once you dry up their source of income, that's when you start to get real change. It's the only way now. It's the only way. And then the fans also just emptying the stadiums. Those are the only two legit ways that are going to get Lego Head out of this football club. Because other than that, he ain't going nowhere. Even if we finish 5th or 6th, they'll give him a reason, an excuse. They won't even give us a reason. Like, and he will stay. I don't want him to stay, of course. And I want him out the door as soon as. I never wanted this fucker in the first place, but we all know what's going to happen. We all know the excuses that are going to be lined up. But again, more and more people are waking up. Like, even that AFTV mob, Teletubby Robbie and all of that, you notice how they're not getting as many views. For a channel that's got over 1 million subs and all of that, their lives, their numbers are going down. People have had
that other week, man.
Their shit. They're tired of listening to that shit, bro.
Exactly.
That
So that other
shit
week,
gets
1 million subscribers, and then man can't even get 100k views per video, bro. What? That's 10% of your audience. You can't get 10% of your audience to watch most videos. Come on, man.
Yeah, you should. They should be on 300, 400, 500k views, innit?
Exactly.
Really and truly. That's where they should be at. But they're not.
Bro, it makes no sense, man. That man, bro.
No, 100, bro. There's a nice comment here. Guys, there's a controversial comment. And I know that Natstar likes that. Yeah, like the comment, likes the comment. He's got controversial views, and that's what I like to hear every time, bro. Whether I believe in it or not is irrelevant. Or agree with it or not, it's irrelevant. I'd rather spend on players under Arteta. See, I kind of like agree and disagree with Sports Almanac. I hope you're watching right now, bro, because this is a good comment, which we clearly need. That then keep it in Cronky's pockets. We buy the merch, we buy the tickets. In return, I want marquee signings, whoever the manager is. I agree with getting players. Why? Because I believe at some point this manager will get sacked or asked to leave. Either way, I want at least to have more players in this squad, because looking at this squad is shocking. I'm just hoping that he'll add another 5 players that are going to do well out of the 30 that he's going to buy in about the next 4 years if he stays. Because he's going to buy another 30. You, me, everybody knows, you know. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
See, what contradicts that is that he might buy shitter players that way what he's buying now. Because let's be honest, we do have a lot of average players, you know. But I don't know. I would rather a more.
But that's the thing, Rashid. There's no might about it in my mind. We know he will buy shitter players, and this is why I disagree with that comment. Big up for putting the comment in and all of that. Like, no disrespect, but personally, I just disagree, because I have been adamant of no players in the January transfer window. I'm glad we haven't brought anyone in, because even Josh, even that fucking wet wipe, that pussy, understands and realizes that he's given Arteta more than enough. Now it's time for you to deliver with the players that you've got. You've got what you wanted. Now be thankful for what you got. Yet again, Rewind. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's very, very simple. You know, the only way this team is going to get better is if we get rid of the manager on the pitch, first and foremost. Yes, we'll still have issues at board level. And I've been on the board's neck for time. Yes, I don't want the Cronkies here. But in terms of results on the pitch, getting the trophies, because that's the number one aim in elite sport, is the trophies. Get this fraudulent manager out the fucking door. By hook or by crook. That's number one. That's number one. Because if the board all fuck off tomorrow, let's just say, for argument's sake, but the manager's still here, we're still going to see the same shit on the pitch, regardless. Do you know what I mean? We're still going to see the same shit. Whereas if we get a better manager, then what that means is if we get the right manager, like a Conte as an example, he will put pressure on the board. He will put pressure on the ownership, which is what this club doesn't want. That is their kryptonite. All they want is a manager to shield this fucking football club, to shield them. That's all they want. That's why they kept Wenger in the job for so many years. That's why Arteta's been in the job for way, way, way too long, is to shield this useless fucking board and this disgraceful ownership, this piss poor management. But when you get a manager, a seasoned professional like a Carlo Ancelotti, who I still want, I've wanted since Wenger left. Do you know what I'm saying? When Wenger was kicked out of the club, yeah? Then you start to see some real changes on the pitch, and then you can start to progress to see changes off the pitch. It's not rocket science, guys. Simple maths. 1 + 1 is 2. It's not complicated. Football ain't complicated, yeah? That's the way I see it. You know, you can have your views, not a problem in it. You know, like I mentioned earlier, it's not about an echo chamber. But what is buying these players right now under Mikel Arteta, who's running this ship? This is the Titanic. This is Arsenal FC Titanic, yeah? And we're about to hit that iceberg. We're very, very close to hitting that iceberg. It's not happened yet, not just yet, but we are going to hit the iceberg, yeah? And it will sink. And I am here for it. I am completely here for all that shit. That's the only rebuttal that I have with all of this. You know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Bro, this time's coming in it. Like, trust me, the light will be shown at the end of the tunnel. The light will be there at the end of the tunnel eventually. You feel me? No matter how long it takes, eventually we'll get that 1 point. That's all I know. But how long that will take, I don't know. That's the only thing that's worrying me. Because one day I'll think, you know what? Cool, it'll be soon. But another day I'll think, bro, he's gonna be for a while, innit?
I'm back, guys.
He's back. He's back.
Listen, these Arteta in tried to sabotage this show today, and it's been lit from the start.
Trying to plant the virus in it. They're trying to plant the virus in it. They can't deal with it, bro.
They can't stop. They can't stop whole stop. You know?
Yeah. No Diddy.
No Diddy. No Diddy. But yeah, big up Jez, big up Doze, big up Natstar, big up Macy, bro. Every fucking time, like every time, guys, man. But yeah, my internet's been bugging out. I can't lie, it's been bugging out. But yeah, I'm in Algeria at the moment, so that's why. You know how it is. Third world countries. Obviously, that's a conversation for another day as well. Yeah, there you go. Rashid, this is a nice comment as well from Unot as well. Big up Unot. Rashid Panel, do you remember when the cockroach, Josh, did an interview to explain why Asna was making big cuts? We paying a Europa League team. Why the paying fan wage? Oh yeah, okay. I think we're paying Europa League team wages. Okay, wages, kind of wages. Yeah. The thing is about that, about this comment as well. We used to have people telling us that we can't buy world-class players because we don't have Champions League football.
Yeah. Which
is incorrect, because we've seen Man United buy multiple world-class players without UCL football, you know? And that Josh man, he does not know what he's doing. He doesn't care about us as well. I think someone told me on his LinkedIn he doesn't have us as one of his. He says like
that's what Stan. I think that's what Stan. Yeah.
You get me? That's for Stan. Sorry, that's for Stan.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have us in that list. So yeah, the working class, bro, the paying fans. If we stop paying, this club will crumble, bro.
Yeah.
This board will ask to leave. They will leave. They will leave, and Arsenal deserve a better place than what we are now, bro. But yeah, go on. What is this about Europa League, Champions League? And even though in Champions League we've seen for how long have we been Champions League? 3 years. We've seen us.
This is the second year. This is the second year.
Second year, sorry.
Yeah.
2 years. We've seen us not buy any player, any baller.
Well, I guess you could say maybe Rice, but that was for like the pizza because there was so much pizza. I could just put that one in there, innit? But apart from that, it's just been waste after waste after waste. It's just come on, man. From Havertz to Moreno to Calafiori, bro. It's like since we actually upped in the Champions League, yeah, I feel like we only made one decent signing, and that's Rice and Timber as well. So 2. The rest have been complete waste. I'll be honest, man. It's just that I don't know why this club operates the way it operates. You feel me? Like, if I had one question to ask Josh here, I'll ask him, who's the best run club in football? And he'll probably say some other club apart from Arsenal, yeah? Probably say some Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. And I say, why don't you emulate them, man, then? If they're the best run club in football. Because it's definitely not any American-owned team. It's not Chelsea. It ain't Man United. It ain't Liverpool. It ain't any of those, man. It ain't Tottenham. These American-run teams, them men are nowhere near the best run clubs in football. It's the ones that have the fans as the owners, basically. They have majority stake in the club. So why can't we, not even the thing where it's like fans own the club, but why can't we try to emulate that? It's always about profit sustainability. What club has had profit sustainability and being able to, you get me, win the major honors, win the Champions League, win the Premier League, all of those type of stuff on a consistent basis? It hasn't been one. But instead, we get, be excited, guys. Oh, give us time, guys. We have 100% of the club now. So now we give us a few years, guys. We'll show you what you can do. Then it's, we're not in Champions League, guys. Wait until we're in Champions League, guys. Then we're in the Champions League. Is another thing now. It's just like, bro, these men are always having something to say for our fuck-ups, bro. It gets to a point where it's just that you're just chatting. You're just chatting shit. And everybody, I feel like most people can see that they're chatting shit, but the fact that they don't want to do anything about it. I don't get it. Like, why can't you call the shit out when you see it? You feel me? Guys always turn a blind eye to everything the Cronkies do to this club. Because since they came to this club, what benefit have we seen from them? From what it was before? From before, what benefit have we seen from the Cronkies that wasn't there before they came?
That's why. That's the only thing I heard. And then I didn't see absolutely nothing, bro.
These men joined the club in 2006. Think about Arsenal in 2006 compared to now. Is there improvement?
Actually,
it's been
2006 was our downfall. From 2006 till now, we were slowly, until we got to a point where we were out of the top 4. Then people were like, "Oh wow, where am I? Where am I?" That's how people were. Exactly. These guys are hypnotized.
Exactly.
Hypnotized by top 4. Brainwashed. Not only that, everything in the world, but obviously, like I said, that's for another stream. That's for another stream, not about football. But it's been amazing today, bro. Big up to everyone, one of you, bro. I gotta leave because I'm in Algeria right now. My family's coming in, and I would love to continue this, bro. Big up to everyone that's locked in as well, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Yeah, big up. I think Lee Gunner's gonna do a show. So, guys, go to Lee Gunner. That's my guy. Raid if you want, bro. Rashid raid and like and subscribe to Dells, man. Like and subscribe to Dells.
And I appreciate
Natstar. I don't know how you don't have a YouTube channel, bro. I don't know how, bro.
Yeah.
In my opinion, underrated as fuck. Underrated as fuck. I'm gonna say you and Aaron, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Underrated as fuck, man. But appreciate big up to you for being here. Big up to you. Macy, you already know, man. You already know. When I'm going for the board, I know who to get. I know who to get, bro.
The board has been the biggest issue at this football club for years now, and I'll always go after them because they're the ones that want to that keep like Arteta as their puppet. So if anyone deserves to face my punishment, it's the board.
100%, man. Love to everyone, bro. Like and subscribe, share, comment if you want. AFC, big up to you, my friend. I see you, Darren. True say big up to everyone, bro. and we're out. Last words. What am I gonna say? Everybody out.
Everybody out.
Everybody out.
Really out.
Apart from the set piece coach, guys. Still wanting to stay at the ground.
Every time.